Yo, what's going on, chat room? Yo. Consider myself lucky to learn HTML. It's easy. Is HTML kind of like what you use to build websites with CSS and all that stuff? I remember taking a class in college, like kind of early on. It's pretty easy. Basically go in there and change like any value. Especially nowadays, I feel like nowadays everything has like a kind of a template, so you can kind of just see like, you know, all that different stuff and learn hands-on how to build like websites easier. It's piss easy. Have I unlocked the stories yet? Yeah, I have it all ready to go. I've been saving those little record things. I didn't know what I was gonna do with them, but I'm glad I saved them. I don't know how many I have though. I had enough. I have 2 more left, I guess. Is that a rerun? Oh, well, I want to read Vigilo because eventually we're gonna start chapter 9. And this and Walk in the Dusk was recommended to me before. Buy it in the search shop? Yeah, I just haven't. Usually, I don't remember. I haven't bought them for a while, but I thought they used to be on some of the event stores or whatever. I don't remember how I got these ones. I think it was from the event stores or something. I don't know. I have a lot of red certs though. I have 2,500. So I guess if I needed any more, I could I could get them. So I don't know. We gonna watch the oversimplified version in Frostbite 262. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna read it. I like to read it. I think it's more fun. I don't know, like the simplified versions or like the summarized versions are cool and all, but you miss like, I don't know, you miss little details. Blazing Shot. Yeah, I got her the day she came out. What's up, Extended Magazine? Plus the OST is a chef's kiss. It's gonna be a lot of a line, I'll tell you. Aaron, have you ever been to the channel before, I wonder? No disrespect, but I've read a lot, dude. I mean, I know it's gonna be long. I mean, I might not do it all today, but I've read a lot. I read a lot on the channel. We've read all the story up until chapter 8, and then we've read most of the side stories. I don't mind reading. I mean, I'll probably take a couple breaks from reading and sit here and talk to chat for a bit, but I don't mind the reading. No, I just meant like, cause we always read. We read a lot. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like you got to show up every day or nothing. I was just saying because it made it sound like you're like, oh, it's a lot to read. Well, I've read a lot. You know what I mean? Chapter 8 to read, bro. I see a lot of new people here in the chat. Are we reading? Oh, I'm reading. Not right now. I'm not. I spent about a little bit of time at the beginning letting everybody kind of get in here, notifications to go out, kind of sit here and talk. He's read the entirety of chapter 8. Yeah, well, I've read the entirety of the reunion arc. I've been a little bit hit and miss on some of the side stories, but we did like break the ice. I can't remember. The exception of the Arknights don't read meme. Yo, I swear, man, I think people are missing out on the story, but I get it. It's long. I thought about dabbling in the old whatchamacallit space as well. I don't know. I was kind of starting to think last night that maybe I should start doing like summaries. You know, I don't know. There's only a couple guys doing it. I don't know how many people do it, but I thought it'd be kind of fun. I feel like a lot of people are missing out. Artisan painter for the greeting card event thing. He goes, Zach, unleash your artistic craft. Invitation there. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so I've read a lot. Worth a shot doing it. Yeah. I don't like this music. Arcade. I think arcade is going to be too arcadey. Oh, this is actually kind of nice. I wrote a poem for my letter in a bottle. Yeah, I haven't done it yet. Letter in a bottle. I love ling thighs. P.S. Saga skin when I love. Do it live. Personal. It's a personal thing. Message in a bottle. Wait, what? You can see your stats and stuff on this thing? Not loading very well. Oh, it does a login. What the hell's wrong with it? Ugly. Wait, Tomimi's on the front. Wait, is the website like weird, or is it just me? Like it stutters. Oh, it was just that. Oh, I guess it was just Microsoft Edge. Okay, whatever. Well, me changing the browser did it for me, so I guess that works. I don't know, whatever. I'm paying attention. All right, how to design, log in, and click to Mimi. Customize the content editing by entering your text, draw your design, use stickers. Please create your own style draft box. I will submit. Okay. How to view. Okay. Oh, use red to catch it. Oh, oh wait, it's just a text? What am I supposed to say? Dear reader, I am writing you this letter as a thank you to your hard work. It's hard work, one word. Get it right. Oh, hard work is stewards. Oh, fuck. Well, I have you then. Dear reader, I am writing you this letter as a thank you to you. A thank you to. That doesn't make any sense. I'm writing you this letter as a thank you to your hard work. Oh, that makes sense. I believe in the vision That's version. I spelled vision. That's not vision. Why is there an T in there? Vision of Arknights. In the future. Path that we can make together. Please accept this letter. I spelled vision wrong? Okay, got it. All right. Please accept this letter. Well, let's see this. Let's see this. the future path that we can make together. Sponsor part-timer Zach, please. I truly think you have something right here. What the hell? Oh, my caps lock. It always wants to correct it because end field. I'm gonna do colors. Kind of already on a color. Oh shit. I don't like that eye. I gotta change it. There we go. The hair was always the hard part. Other than that, I always had a masterpiece on my hand, chat. It was always the hair that was the hard part. Oh shit. So he's got a flat spot. Oh, hold on. I gotta, there we go. Shit, I want it to be connected. All right, well, that's gonna have to be good now. I never know how to make hair, and I never knew how to make hair. Still gotta give those guys ears. All right, new idea. He's a robot. Make it easier for design. Supposed to signify that it's glowing, chat, by the way. Oh shit. I did unclick. Hey, that's not how that would go. It'd be like a neck, and then it'd be like a... Damn it, unclick. Why does it unclick? That's so weird. Oh, stop! My mouse is broke. No, undo it. I really like when part-timer said exact time, proceeded to Zacking all over the greeting card. Truly a masterpiece. Ahead of my time. Why is it what is happening to my life, dude? There. Why is it? Oh, I think it's because I go to the end. There we go. I make him like a shirt. The Teletubby? He's a robot. He ain't no Teletubby. I think he's missing something now. Add him a little characteristics here. Does that make him look old, or does that make him look... I don't know if that gives him features or that makes him look old as shit. I feel like that kind of makes him look old. You gotta put wrinkles in his head. He also has no eyebrows. There we go. Should I make it like that, or should I make it like this? Got some bushy ass brows. Oh my god, that deletes so much. Since when do robots have? He's like an android. He's a humanoid. He's a humanoid. He's an android. He's supposed to look somewhat human. And he wouldn't be like me. He wouldn't be like chat. What is this? Why is that there? Looks like somebody spilt something on my drink. Who is this boy? Well, he's my creation. I made him. Oh geez, literally it looks like chat. Hasn't slept for days. And then he has like the Harry Potter lightning strike in his head. It looks like it wants to die. Oh shit. And he has a butt chin. I've decided. An android wizard. Damn it. I'd have to make his mouth bigger. Average stream viewer awake for Zach's stream. Oh, they're missing out if they're not. Alright, I don't want to do that. I think it looks fine the way he is. He's so tired. There's a wizard one? He needs the antenna. I don't know what to tell you. How's he going to connect to anybody or anything if he doesn't have his antenna? Explain to me that. Like a red. I don't like it filled in. Three different computers? I just tried different browsers. Hope your masterpiece passes through. My refresh is tomorrow, so I like it. I think he's cool. I think this is his final form. I just don't know what else to add. What the hell? Oh, still red. Oh, chat, we lost the color. Well, that sucks. Now I'm not gonna have anything be the same color. We're like slightly off pink. How do I get the same color back? It doesn't have a pointer. Oh, chat, I lost it. Now they're gonna wonder why it's a different color. Damn it, let go at the end. Oh Jesus, he's just a mass of fingers. There we go. Little shape funny. I think it's just because I'm drawing with a mouse, TBH. Although, I think his thumb's backwards. Oh shit. I realized that the thumb always is pointing towards you, isn't it? It actually has to be like this. There we go. Atomically correct. Damn it, let go, bro. Ah! I gotta remember that it's not gonna let go at the end. That's ugly. There we go. There we go. I think he's perfect, except for the fact that his hand's different colored than his whole entire body. But personally, it's like piss. I feel like I'm like a kindergartner and this is like my first ever drawing. And I imagine that's what they're gonna think. What is this? It's art. What do you mean? When I smelled it the first time, it literally looked like it said piss. So what do you guys think? You want us to play Jack in the Box? Oh shit. This is a masterpiece. I'm kind of mad that I lost the color because now his hand's a different color, but what did I just come into? You could call it probably when, you know, Picasso, or maybe you can compare it to, what's that guy's name? Vincent van Gogh, you know, that simpleton. You have stickers? Stickers? Oh, damn. I didn't even see this part. Oh, I can't make it go to the back though, huh? Why can't I scale anything? Is there one flipped the other way so he can actually look like he's writing? There we go. This is a masterpiece, bro. I don't know what this is, a record or a hockey puck? Well, I think he's done it. I wish I could rotate this though. Why the bolt and the light in the middle of the forehead? He's the chosen one. Who else is gonna convince Hypergriff to release Infield except for a robot Harry Potter with no sleep? very. Chat, is this what I look like when I'm on 0 sanity on my like 100th CC run? The robot who Somebody really questioned me why he looks human. He's like android. This is literally art. Damn, dude, I'm impressed. This should hang this up. Looks more like chaotic and risk 18. Oh, if he turns into a robot and gets a lightning thing on his head. He's been alive way too long. All right, I think that's it. Dear reader, I'm writing you this letter as a thank you to your hard work. I believe in the cut it off. Vision of Arknights and the future path that we can make together. I truly love the game and wish you the best to you and your team. P.S. Infield win. Please, like pretty please. That's from PTZ. Oh, actually. Or should I do this? Your friend. Oh, I gotta put space. I really gotta type it out. It's just gonna have to be your friend. Where's this music from, by the way? It's Steam Beat or Stream Beats. It's Arcade. The album Arcade, I like this one, and I like Pixel. They're two pretty good albums. It's by Harris Heller, Steam Beats. It's copyright free music. Your friendly neighborhood. Part-timer Zach. Okay, hold on. I'll write it. I gotta be careful though. It's gonna go into my drawing. Oh, I'm gonna be in the robot. It's all right. Me gusta. Saitama? Yeah, this is Saitama. It's been a while since I've watched One Punch Man. This is what he looks like now. All right. I think this is it. Put the Zach below. You friendly? What do you mean? Like down here? Like that? I guess I can put this. Hold on. Maybe this would look better. There we go. Yeah, that's a lot better. There we go. That works. Weirdly spaced though. I kind of wish it was like, if we do like that. There we go. Damn, dude. I actually think chat, imagine uncoincidentally, right? They decide to release like a trailer for Enfield this week or some shit as like part of the 3rd anniversary for Arknights. Has nothing to do with me. Do you understand how long I would be telling you that I had everything to do with what I did? Do you know how long I would be telling you all that it was because I made this? I'm screenshotting it, by the way. You're so funny. It would be pretty funny. Screenshot it. I'm gonna put it in Discord right now. True art. What is that? What do you mean, what is that? How do you look at this and not know what it is, chat? That's what I want to know. Explain to me. How do you look at this and not know exactly that it's a Robo Harry Potter with no sleep and bushy eyebrows asking for Enfield? Please, please. Phone game with the web event that doesn't support phones. I mean, granted though, this is some divine art. I don't know if I could have made this on the piece or on the phone. It's obviously a representation of chat. Obviously a newcomer to the channel, shaking my head. They don't see the vision. Oh shit. Link it in the official Arknights account. Don't have it art. Shit. I wish I could turn this. This is the only part of this whole thing that bugs me, is that it's on the wrong thing. I'm almost dedicated to make a whole entire new hand so I can put it on the right hand. Or well, I guess on that case it'd be the left hand, but to put it on the right side of the hand. I hate that it's not like that. It's funny that that bugs me. Doesn't like links. Wait, somebody's trying to. Oh, a link to this site? Yeah, I got you. Sorry, I didn't see it. I usually have links off for other people, but I'll link it. And that's just mainly because you never know what somebody's gonna send. People are weird. Here's a link to it though. Well, then I'd have to get rid of my trees and my treasure. I think this is kind of crucial though. Yeah, it sets the atmosphere where he's at. You know what I mean? Who do you guys think among the people who are dipping their foot into Arknights would eventually become one of the first ever dedicated CCs for Arknights Enfield? I don't know if anybody's gonna drop Arknights entirely though, but I could see like most of the Arknights CCs transitioning to making content for both games. You know what's funny though, is you look at this, right? This monstrosity, and there's actually probably artists here that took the time to like draw something actually really cool and really like creative. And imagine you're just kind of going through these as like the hypergriff guy that has to kind of like look through these or whatever. And you're like, oh, this is awesome art. This is awesome art. And then you see this shit. You know, do you quit your job? You know, if I saw this, I don't know if I could sleep at night. This would literally haunt me at night. I'd be like seeing this in the back of my eyelids when I'm sleeping. I would think that he was there. I actually passed one who like literally inserted an image. Add a mustache. Okay, I can see it. We'll see what it looks like. But see, the thing is I lost my color. So now if I do make a mustache, how am I gonna make a mustache? It's always gonna look like like what kind of mustache do you make? I don't like the mustache. He has to be clean shaven. But this boy is your merch. He's the mascot. I don't know how I feel about this. This is a lot. This isn't much effort. This is just me going. See, and this is what I was talking about. This is why they shouldn't have stopped me from drawing when I was young. You know what I mean? I thought I had talent. If that's what you're going for. Middle-aged alcoholic robot wizard. I think it's very good. Well, at least somebody gets the vision. Use this as the thumbnail. Okay, hold on. If I move this for a second, and if I copy it, I can cut him out and use him forever. Jack Sparrow beard. I don't know how to draw all that. I think he's fine. I think he's cool the way he is. I think Hypergriff, upon seeing this, will be very pleased. Lou drawing and a copy pasta will be on top. This is not next operator. I'd be okay with them using inspiration from this. All right, I'm gonna submit it. Oh, he turned it. What the hell? Sweepstakes. I'm all right. What the hell is this? To all the doctors that'll be reading. wait, there's other, you get other people's stuff when you fish? That means there's a world out there where somebody's gonna fish for one and it's gonna be my ugly ass one. That means somebody's gonna go out here and accidentally grab mine. Oh god. Well, if any of you actually get mine, let me know. From Doctor. Oh, person shot out there. I should have put a link to my YouTube channel. Whoa! How the hell did you do this? Wait, was there a way to... There was definitely a way to copy images in and put them in, right? Okay, so hold on. There was a way to put... There was a way to do that. I can like it. That's what I said? Oh. Wow. I tried with my soul and my heart. Horn is best. You can't change my mind. Right. Hello, if you can read this message. First of all, I wish you a happy Arknights 3rd anniversary and good luck on your banner polls. We're going to pull for Gavial or Pozaminka. I can't remember how to say her name. I'm not really a dedicated Arknights player. I prefer FPS games than Arknights, but I do like the game because how challenging the game is and how beautiful the characters are. Arknights is something I would play after school or in an intense game. Wait, what? Why would you play Arknights when you're in the middle of an intense FPS game? I know you can't reply to this message, but in my mind, there is someone reading this. Have a tough... I know you can't reply this message, but in my mind, there's someone reading this. Have a tough time in your life. Whatever it is, I just hope that you can overcome it and will achieve something great in your life. Last, I want to thank you for reading this. But why did they say to have tough time? Why did they say have a tough time? It's all right. This person just put stickers. Oh shit! This is what I'm talking about. This is what I want to see. Good luck, doctor. Whoever's reading this, have a shit day. I like this one. Also happy, I like cheese. Also happy. It's reminded me of my cousin when he was young. He used to say I like pie all the time, and I don't know why. Wait, they could scale it? Wait, you can move it? That's what I was wondering. Okay. Oh, anyway. Happy anniversary to Arknights. It's been such an honor to play this game. I would not easily forget the memories, the times I spent here, the times I spent my time. Okay. The devs are very generous and always prioritize the satisfaction of players again. Nice. My favorite moment in Arknights was when Kay said it's... Oh, good. I hate everybody. Moving on. Oh, this one's actually really good too. Have some apple pie. Let's fin out. Well, the doctor looks like a freaking ghoul. some sort of golem. Sorry, I like that. Gabio. It's been a pleasant journey and a special one. I wish you all the best for your polls. Nice. Why is Mia everywhere? Will look like ghouls. Look at this hand. Tick, tick. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Oh, Maria Neural. Yeah, I remember that. I remember when she said that. Hope you're having a good start to 2023. I almost said 2013. I'm still enjoying Arknights. I started playing in 2022 and having loads of fun. Whoa, they changed the color. I got a bit obsessed with integrated strategies, but I can't seem to beat the third ending. I can't even beat Phantom, so no worries. Some of my favorite operators are Telepasis. I don't know who the hell is Galactus and Texas. Oh God. Really hope I get Posey on the next banner though. I wish you all the best in the new year. Nice, thanks. Actually, I do know what she looks like. Oh, that's stuff from kindergarten. Oh, these are wheels. I thought they're like record players. Wait, did somebody make this already? Whoa, nice to meet you. Nice. Galactus. Whoa. Whoa. Ah, my mouse is froze. Ah, my mouse is froze. This is cool too. Hello, Doctor. What an awesome year it's been. Thank you for being you. And here's to another awesome Arknights content. Much love. To all the Doka and HG staff at the beginning of the year, I expected myself to be better than before for all of Doka. Hope that your goals can be achieved. See, this guy gets it. Be positive. What the hell is going on in this? What is this supposed to be? This guy gets it. Well, better than the other guy. I hope you have bad time. Posey? Oh, I see it. I was looking at, I thought this was an eye. So my brain kept like trying to make this the eye, and I was like, what kind of mutant is this? But I see Posey's eyes here. Oh, I like this one then. To reviewing drawings. Hey, I'm getting to it. Been with the community since the game launched years ago, and I've had so much fun. Oh, veteran. Whoa, I know you didn't draw that, but hey, that's pretty cool. Nice setup, bro. Whoa, I like this one too. This one was dedicated. All right, chat, I'll do a couple more and then we'll... Oh, okay. Really? There's a limit to reading? Why is there a limit? Why is there a limit to how much I can read? They don't want me reading, everybody. They're like, all right, Zach, you need to get the hell out of here. Why can't I read anymore? The daily limit? Why is there a reading limit? That's weird. Is that not weird to put a daily reading limit on? Weren't you the one complaining just the other about reading limits? I want to be able to read it. Come back tomorrow. I ain't coming back tomorrow. This is a one and done situation, chat. I don't think you understand. That was fun. I'm so glad that I got to contribute. About reading limit, I was having fun reading them. I like seeing the art. You have lots more words to read today, man. Well, yeah, but I wanted to read what dumb people, like what dumb chat says. I'm gonna have to do it later. As soon as I'm done editing, I'm gonna pass out. Well, don't pass out, bro. What time is it for you? Damn, I've been doing this for an hour. Shit. Oh, 10 a.m. but night shift. You know, like graveyard night shift or like 2:30 to 11 p.m. night shift. Water moves? Yeah, it moves. I don't know if I ever want to see mine again. 10:30? Oh, so like graveyard. Yeah, it moves in the background. Never noticed that. Water does in fact move. Mushu. I think they meant the game, not like just in general. I know. Well, I only know it because I've had it on so long though. I mean, if you don't use this background, you may not know. Yeah, and the sky moves too. Like if you look at the sky up here, it moves. It's moving too. Very gradual in the sky though. It's kind of hard to tell. The wind, the tides from the moon push the tides in. Dude, night shift is like literally the worst. I've never wanted to like not work as much as I ever did when I was on night shift. I don't know if that makes sense. Like whenever I'm on graveyard, dude, I hate my life. Like you're just like, I feel like no matter what, you can sleep for like 8 hours, 9 hours a day, but like a graveyard is, it just doesn't matter. You just call me chaotic death. Oh, never mind. You were talking about something else. I thought you were talking to me. I was like, hey. No, but like, no matter what, I can get 8 hours of sleep, but if I work graveyard, it's always like 1 a.m. and I'm like, nah, I'm not supposed to be up at this time. Like my body literally knows that I'm not supposed to be up at that time. And it doesn't matter. And it's just like, nah, you're supposed to be asleep at 2 a.m. But I mean, if I'm at home though, it's a little different. Like I could stay up later if I'm at home, just chilling and doing stuff that I normally do. I don't know. It's like, I guess it's usually when I work, because I used to work at like a lot of factories. So. Okay, well, I mean, it depends. Like if you're at work, I don't want to work at nighttime. I don't know. I have a thing. See, I even do this thing like lately, like the last couple of weeks, I've been having to work 10-hour shifts, and it's like here where I live, you know, since it's like winter and everything, it gets to be like dark at like 5 p.m. You know, 5:30 p.m. It's pretty dark, and I can't stand that shit because I go to work when it's kind of dark, and then I get off when it's dark, and of course it's a winter thing, but it pisses me off because it's like, whenever the minute it gets like too dark, I'm like, I shouldn't be at work. I should be at home. Being a streamer is tiring too, you know? I mean, I don't. Are you talking to me? I don't just stream. If I just streamed, I would make no money. I'd pass out at 2 a.m. Remind me of when my school prepared a camping event right next to a graveyard. Well, okay, well, that's a catch. Okay, I wasn't talking about a literal graveyard, a graveyard shift. Just a shift of work. I ain't working no graveyard, though. I imagine that's why they call it a graveyard shift, though, is because those people that work in the middle of the night at a graveyard. I don't need to know your heart, chomp. It's just like NFA. You mean Five Nights at Freddy's? Yeah, that's exactly what working the graveyard shift is like. 5 Nights at Freddy's. Exactly. The animatronics come out no matter where you live. Burying bodies is not a mood, dude. Oh, Jesus. Wish I could be a streamer too. Working in the office is quite tiring. You can be a streamer. I don't know if you'll make any money from it. You can go stream. I mean, people sleep on working in factories or working in offices too. I've worked in offices and it's pretty tiring. I would say like working in an office kind of sucks more than what I do now, because like working for UPS, I'm a lot more physical and like walking around a lot. Working in an office, like since you don't move a lot, if you're tired, it's like so much easier to fall asleep. Actually, do you think you'd have lots of time working a graveyard shift? No, because I would just sleep on the other opposite side. Because then I would just want to sleep at like 7 a.m. and then I wouldn't wake up till 1 p.m. I'd have the same amount of time. You can be whatever you want. Look at me. I'm a cow dragon. Time to read the event. Ah, you came to the wrong stream. We're not reading. Just kidding. Working in general siren, yeah. Is it out? I mean, it's always out. I want to watch or read it from here. Oh God. Stop. How long are these actually though? Is it long? Pretty normal in length. Clunky. Shorter than your usual events? Shorter than what? The one I just read? Oh, nearly. Whole event should take 3 or 4 hours. Well, that kind of sucks because I spent an hour drawing Robo Man. All right, it's only 2 hours. Real quick though. So I made a couple changes to the channel. Not that it matters too much, but it kind of does. So the reason that I want to talk about it though is it's kind of a continuation of what I talked about the other day about just kind of doing like getting back on track with the channel. So I've decided last night that I was going to completely unlist and private everything that did not have to do with Arknights. So I finally made the decision that I'm going to fully focus on Arknights content for at least 90 days to see where it goes. I think that I want to challenge myself in regards of trying to push to make better content and or more creative content. And I feel that I've kind of gave myself a way out of doing that by going into like reacting to Honkai and Genshin. And the reason that I don't like doing that is because I feel like watching my channel or looking back at my channel, I just see the word react a lot. And nothing against reaction channels, totally makes sense. People are able to do that. But I feel like I've gotten to a point where all I'm doing is reacting to stuff and I'm not really playing and I'm not really discussing my thoughts. If you guys know, as a person here on the channel, is going to like, as a person on the channel, I've always wanted to have discussions, talk about my thoughts. And I used to do that quite a bit. And I used to have like reviews and I would do like thoughts and opinions and I would like talk about my experience and stuff. And I would never, you know, just make a lot of different stuff. So now thinking about it, I didn't want my channel to become, am I freaking lagging? I swear to God, dude. Thank you. Okay. So the reason that I want to do it is yes, the views are better. So Sasuro made a point. Yes, Genshin React video is going to be my most popular video. Technically, my most popular video was a Curse VOD video that hit 150K. But the thing is, to me, that is an empty amount of views because none of that really translates to a community. Whenever you're doing like Genshin reacts and stuff like that, yes, it gets views and sometimes it even gets subs. But for the most part, it's not building a community. It's building people who want to watch you watch a certain thing for that one time, like their favorite trailer, their favorite experience. And then that's kind of it. If you don't explore playing that game a little bit more and going through that, then it becomes kind of empty. And I knew that going into like Arknights, because I used to do that when I did Arknights. I started it with reacting and just moving on and never really playing the game, and it became kind of an empty type of thing. And I feel like I've started doing that again with my current iteration of just reacting to Honkai and Genshin and Arknights. And again, like I said, I just don't want to have to basically not challenge myself to be more creative, because there's always an scapegoat of being like, okay, well, I'm running out of ideas, so I'm just going to move on to doing this or that or this or whatever. And I just want to be able to challenge myself to just make more creative stuff and just work on Arknights, because right now it's like the only game I really want to play. Like, I don't mind playing Genshin and Honkai, but I've just seen kind of the negative after effect as well, because Genshin and Honkai just, they seemingly want like consistent stuff. And if you're not constantly reacting to the new stuff and whatever, you just kind of, all the subs that you get from that eventually leave, because like I said, it's empty subs. It's just basically people subbing because you watch their favorite thing and they're like, cool, that's awesome. But I also want people to come to my channel, look at my channel and know what it's about. I want people to come in here and look at my videos and be like, okay, this guy plays this game or he does this type of content. And at this point, I feel like people are starting to think of me as a reaction channel and just a reaction person. Again, 100%, 1,000 times fine. If anybody wants to do that, I'm not against it. I don't care that people do that. I just personally want to be more known for you know, the community building, the fun, the streams, the discussions, the in-depth analysis and stuff like that of content, because I'm an analytical person and I want to be made known for a genuine stuff and build a community outwards. And I just feel like recently I've been giving myself kind of like the easy path of being like, okay, well, I don't really know how to compete in Arknights and I don't really know how to do this with this. So I'm just going to go to like the easy thing, doing the Genshin and Honkai reactions and stuff like that. And I feel like at one point I was using that as a crutch. And yeah, and another thing is I don't want to give people false hope that I'm eventually going to get all the way caught up in Honkai and all the way caught up in Genshin. And maybe even in some case, a lot of these people hoping that I eventually become, you know, a Genshin or Honkai streamer or whatever. I just want to try to stay in a niche that I really love and want to kind of stay in a game that I really enjoy. Eventually, I will probably grow out of doing just Arknights or probably be infield or maybe something else that catch my eye. But I want to challenge myself for 90 days just to make Arknights content. And another reason, that's because I've never actually on the channel had one specific thing on the channel. I've never had like one game. It's always been like this and that, this and that, this and that, or this and a different genre. Like I've never been able to experiment to see what data looks like if I'm pushing one thing. Like when YouTube looks at this channel now, they're not going to have to guess what my community is, and they're not going to have to guess what kind of content I'm making. That in theory should make it easier to push everything out, because YouTube no longer has to be like, well, are you doing Arknights? You're doing Genshin? You're doing Honkai? You're doing a combination? I just want to see what it looks like, and I just want to be able to push myself to just make better content. I feel like making better content, I can edit all day. You know, I can get the DSLR, make it look good. I can get the setup, the lights, but I'm never going to be able to progress story wise or discussion wise or analytically wise if I don't push myself to be in a corner where I have to try to think about what the next step is or what kind of creative content I can make in a niche that I love. So I'm never going to do that if I don't push myself, and I might as well push myself to do it in a game that I really enjoy, that I'm going to have, you know, the ability and eagerness to do so. So it's just kind of a short thing. I've kind of said that I wanted to do Arknights and then kind of teetered on it, but I've made the full commitment. I privated everything else, and the only thing that's on the channel right now is Arknights content. We're gonna have a rolling issue with subs. There's gonna be a lot of things where people are leaving because they wanted a certain thing, and then people coming because they, you know, now expect Arknights. So it's gonna be a little bit rough for the first month, I would say. But I think it'll kind of even itself out, and I think I'll be overall happier. I'll be able to spend more time doing the stuff I like to do with Arknights, you know, being able to do these side stories, events, and having actual literal discussions for it, because I don't feel like I have to catch up on a different game. So that's kind of the idea. I know some of you guys may be disappointed because you wanted me to dive into Honkai and Genshin. I know they're big games. I know they're fun. I think they have really good stories. I totally understand that people wanted me to do it, but I don't think I have the mental capacity to do so much at once without getting blindsided or not being able to do priorities. I have an issue with priorities, so I think I just want to do that. I mean, it'll definitely work out a little bit better having a direction at my size of the channel, but I don't know what it looks like at the end game. You know what I mean? Why does this always pop and there's nothing in it? Popping noises. Started out most for me, but that's because I tune into those streams a good bit. Yeah, well, and then the consistency of quite a bold move. Hope it works out. Yeah. What's the 100? It's a cursed VOD video. I'll show you. Yeah, I appreciate that, T-Chop. Yeah, well, I just feel like I haven't been able to do that recently just because I've just been so focused on stuff. And like, I won't lie, you know, you get caught up in this weird thing where like views matter more than they should. And it's just, I don't know, it's a never ending game. And like the thing about Genshin stuff is like Genshin and Honkai stuff can pop off for no reason. And then you actually go to play the game and nobody cares because they like reaction. Like on Genshin, it's so weird how much people like reaction versus actually watching somebody play. Does that make sense? Like it's like a reaction world, which totally fine, whatever. But I just don't want to be reaction stuff. I want to be able to talk and discuss stuff. This is surprising, I know. How was your viewership about PGR in the past? I mean, really good at the very beginning. Whenever the game first popped off, still some of my best videos, but I don't know. This is the video though that I was talking about. First VOD. But the inside of YouTube is like, you see 253 subscribers and you're like, wow, that's nuts. Most of these guys are gone. Most of these subs that I had from this video, gone. Most of these people are no longer subbed to the channel because I don't even make this type of content anymore. Yeah. But I just don't want to get stuck on the whole, like, I don't know. I just want to, I guess you just don't really want to be just a casual channel. It's not really that I don't want to be a casual channel, you know, because I don't go super try hard in Arknights either, but my stream, my OBS crashed. Well, okay, so that's another thing though, is I had so many issues with seeing people say stuff like, oh, well, I saw such and such game. So I swear to God, I'll get into Vigilo in like 2 seconds. Okay, I promise. I know a lot of you guys are sitting here waiting for me to do it and stuff like that, but the thing about these videos and stuff like that is like the Blue Archive video, for example, or the Genshin video or whatever. If you're not interested in these videos, or like you don't care about Blue Archive and you don't care about Genshin, you don't care about PGR, well, it's going to keep trying to recommend it because technically on my channel, these are the highest viewing videos, and they're going to think, okay, well, YouTube's going to be like, okay, well, you have to watch these, or you're going to want to watch these if you're watching PTZ because these are their highest videos. These are the best videos that this guy's made. They're going to keep doing it, and then eventually you're going to be like, okay, well, I don't want to watch the Genshin. I don't want to watch the cursed VOD video that has nothing to do with anything. And then what ends up happening is YouTube doesn't think like, oh, well, so-and-so isn't interested in cursed VOD or Genshin. It'll be like, oh, so-and-so isn't actually interested in PTZ. Oh, they're not interested in Part-Timer Zach. Oh, you don't want to watch Part-Timer Zach. And it's like, no, I like his Arknights stuff, but I don't like the Genshin thing. And YouTube can't discern that, just differentiate that. So it's like, oh, well, okay, well, you just don't want to watch this guy. So then it gets less recommended because, you know, say you only watch Arknights and a handful of other things. And now it's going to be like, YouTube's like, well, you just don't want to watch him. I'm not getting anything. And that's another thing, man. Like if you're watching me just for Arknights and you come to my channel and then you see a bunch of Genshin shit, like, what are you going to think? You're going to be like, well, this guy streams Arknights all the time. But whenever I go into his videos, it's all just Genshin reacts. It's like, okay, well, I don't really care about Genshin, which totally understandable. That's the part that I'm trying to like kind of reaffirm is like when somebody goes into my channel, I want somebody to know what the channel's about. Does that mean more account reviews? Yeah. See, the thing is, I'm gonna push myself to do all the different things that I've been pushing off because I've been trying to find the best path or whatever. Unsub. I mean, there will be people unsubbing, but we'll see. Notifications are non-existent. So I know it's a kind of a huge step. I'm actually a little nervous about it because I've never really dedicated myself to one channel. I've always been, or one game. I've always been kind of in the boat where you want to have multiple paths because you don't want to pigeonhole yourself. But here's kind of the idea that I have for Arknights and the reason that I'm willing to take the risk. I personally think that Arknights is actually at like still in terms of like popularity, I still think it's kind of an infant there, and I can see the potential that it eventually has. Even though it's going on its 3rd year anniversary global and almost its 4th year or whatever on CN, I think that the game is actually going to eventually kind of transcend not Genshin levels maybe, but like into like kind of a bigger deal than it is, I guess. So I can already kind of see the traction made with the Arknights anime and all the different stuff, and then infield. I find it understandable. Honestly, you set up an audience to community want to thrive in. Well, I think I lost the vision of what I wanted to do, because the more that I looked at my channel, it's like my whole idea, my whole thought process on the channel was to make it like I had when I grew up. Like me and my cousin played all the time. And of course we played more than one game, but it was fun to hang out with somebody and talk about interests that you're interested in and just have that kind of communication. And I think just like at the size of my channel, you know, so many people are here for Arknights. I pretty much only kind of care about Arknights, and so I just think it makes sense for people to be like more community driven, and I just want to build on that instead of worrying about everything else and whichever else and stuff like that. So I don't know. I was just kind of watching it last night, and it kind of sucks to have to go private all this stuff and like kind of gear up, because there's a lot of videos that are just like huge views, you know what I mean? They're huge driving forces. They obviously make me money every month based on the fact that they get views, but I just think for the sake of the fact that YouTube kind of gets confused on what I'm doing a lot, and it's just like the community itself gets confused on what I'm doing a lot, and it doesn't know which way to go. And I just don't want to do that anymore. I want to build a channel. I want to build a strong foundation and then kind of move on with everybody else. So I don't know. Make multiple channels, yeah, 100%. But I don't know. I've seen people who can make like Chaotic, man. He can do it. Like he can do all kinds of different games and all kinds of different stuff. But I think he built the foundation very early on to be able to do that kind of stuff. And honestly, I'm just not that interested in doing that. I just don't want to like kind of test every new game or whatever, because most of the time I don't care about that new game and I move on. I don't really like doing that. So that's all I really had to say about it. So I mean, most of the people here are gonna think that's good news because most of you guys are watching for Arknights, so obviously you're gonna be like, all right, cool. But I'll probably cut that down into a video and post it out and just kind of let everybody know what's going on. Yeah, so basically anything that's going to be on the channel is going to be Arknight related, and I'm just going to try to push myself to be more creative and think of more storytelling stuff and not just rely on, oh, I can react to this and get thousands of views. Like I don't want to do that, because I felt that I was using it as a crutch and it just wasn't helping me as a content creator. Thus people don't watch for the games. Yeah, I just think that I'm too small for having like to have that. I mean, I think like overall, whenever I have like, you know, the streams and stuff, most of the people will kind of watch for like what I'm doing eventually. But I mean, whenever you're kind of on the smaller side, it's hard for the initial pushes and stuff. But I don't know. One of my biggest goals right now is to become one of the top Arknights content creators. I want to make kind of authority in the space, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna still, okay, hold on. Just because I said like I'm still gonna do reactions to like Arknight stuff, but I just wanted to have more of a flavor of like, here's a couple of reactions, but here's my thoughts on, you know, Vigilo, and here's my thoughts on the Great Chief, and kind of like maybe a summary. I'm thinking about going down the avenue of maybe doing like summary on some of those videos, especially like you know, the Great Chief returns, maybe doing a summarized video on that right before Ideal City comes out, so people who don't really want to read the entire thing can listen to a guy that's read it and be like, oh, okay, this is what's going on, this is what happens, now I kind of know what's going on in Ideal City. Or, you know, whatever. My other idea is to hopefully be able to kind of cultivate a spot where we can start kind of getting people interested in the story. I think there's so many people who play the game that have no idea that the story is amazing because they don't want to read, obviously, and I'm hoping to kind of be that leeway for a lot of people to be like, okay, you know what, I'll watch this guy's stream, I don't really want to read it myself, but I'll watch this guy read it and I'll kind of go through with him, or I'll watch his reviews, or I'll watch his summaries, and then I just want to get more people familiarized with it. Give us epilepsy. Nah, it would probably be pretty similar to what I normally do, where I have like overlays or like B-roll or whatever around it when I'm talking about it. So right now my goals is to be like one of the top Arknights creators with some sort of authority in the niche that I want to be into, and then eventually, I don't know how long this will take, but I want to work with Hypergriff. So that's my two goals: become authority in the Arknights content, and also be able to work with Hypergriff at some point, or Yostar, whichever. Of course, it'll be a while. Swear to God, if this OBS crashes one more time. Well, we have Frostbite 262 in the community. I mean, that's kind of like saying like you don't need Cookie because you have somebody else that can make it. You have Echo Gen. Since you have Echo Gen, you don't need Cookie, or you don't need Echo Gen because, or yeah, like I feel like that's weird. There's like a couple people that make guides. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, people have flavors and stuff like that. You don't need either one of them because KO. You know what I mean? Like, I understand like what you're thinking, but I love your read voice despite the mediocre English reading. Hey, I think that adds a little flavor to it. Leave me alone. Oh, I gotta change the, I'll turn this off. Hey, would it really be a PTZ reading stream if I didn't stutter over the common English words though? Columbia City. Just grammar errors. Yeah, we have balloons. Yeah, go play that. This game still lacks reader stories. I mean, I know there's a people that obviously do it, but I feel like it's far in between. Like there's people who, I don't know, summarize the videos and shit, but there's always a little bit. Plant versus zombie. Yeah, mine wouldn't really be like super simplified. It would actually just be a retelling of the story, but I don't know. The name's Dylan. Oh wait, Dylan, Rhode Island low altitude aircraft pilot. I'm currently running pill mill around the city. Pill mill? I should be sitting in the cockpit of my aircraft, joystick in hand. The only things I should be facing down are turbulence and terrain. Instead, I'm clenching one half of an automatic assault crossbow in my hands in hell. The first time I've heard of this model was earlier this morning. Even just half of it is damn heavy. My palms are all sweaty. Weak arms are heavy. Mom spaghetti. I have to end up in a war zone. Sure as hell I shouldn't be on the ground, let alone in some dark alley in Colombia. I just hope to God that my enemy isn't... Dylan, I got my hands full over here. Can you help me? Can you help a gal out, and tell me what it says? Just vomiting on a sweater already. Dylan out here singing Eminem. It says police. The police, is the K here worth saying? Is it Takarano? Taka-Antu? I don't know. He started it, but it seems probably not the real deal. A real botch job, if I've ever seen one. At least he looked the part, pretty much the same as the guys up on the roof earlier this morning. Better than the ones that didn't have our uniform ready. Wait! Toronto? I think the T's silent. Wait, is this like an introduction to Dylan? My mom's spaghetti suddenly? Oh, well, if you never heard Eminem, then you probably don't. You probably don't get that. So let me ask the question again. What kind of cops wind their automatic? Is it wind? See, I hate this word because it's wind or wine. Cops wind their automatic assault crossbows during questioning. Colombian cops. Very funny. You know, he's not a cop, at least not the kind we're used to dealing with. I lift my eyes to cast a glance at the black-clad man collapsed in the alley and then lower my gaze again to half a weapon in my hand. It was pointed straight at my chest just a minute ago, but now it's smashed into two pieces. This policeman is unconscious. If Blaze remembered the doctor's instructions when she struck, then he should still be able to cling to life. The Rhodes Island team arrived in Takarano. The first one for what? Oh, caught me off guard. Oh, well, that's just because like the sentence reminded me of Eminem. Yesterday, no matter how many times I experience it, this kind of speed always surprises me as a pilot. It's not Toronto. Caranto? Oh, Caranto. Oh, okay, so the T silent. Okay. Rhode Island is in the process of steaming to the Grand Night territory, and we've crossed over the entire western lands by air. The entire wastelands. Oh, he said wastelands the first time. I say. According to the plan, after me and the doctor finish their business, we'll take the same route back to Rhodes Island. The Grand Night territory might not have finished its urban subdivision assembly at this time. All I know is Rose Island was invited to visit during the Casimiro's major, but I'm in the dark about when and why. But anyway, the sooner we head back, the better. I'm gonna piss off George because I forgot how to say Casimiro's, right? If I wasn't in such a hurry, I wouldn't mind taking a few days off to chill in the metropolis. But after this, I'm not in the mood for that anymore. Are we safe? No, not until we leave. Karantu? Not before we leave Karantu. Maybe not even until we leave Colombia. Wait, where's Colombia based off of? That sounds like Canada, but I don't know if that's right. Check for me if he's still breathing. It'd be nice if you made sure he kept on breathing. Yo, thank you for the sub. Oh, USA? Okay. I was gonna say it kind of looks like North America, but I thought Canada. Definitely not Canada. Well, it's part of the it's part of the North America. I'm all right. This is my first time seeing such a powerful automatic crossbow. Are these weapons common in Colombia? Automatic weapons like that are a Colombian specialty. I wonder how the doctor's doing. As soon as the raid started, the doctor and Amiya left in a car. No clue if the autopilot system that Closure was fiddling with will work though. What a disaster. Even those two got caught off guard. They're only human after all. Sometimes shit happens. They took over the hotel and seized all the drug samples we kept behind. Whatever, we can worry about that later. Knowing Closure, probably. Who's she fondling? We got to think of a way to get out of the city safely first. Automatic weapons, USA. USA. We've lost everything, but you are still not standing by my side. Then what has it all been for? Just to leave the faintest sliver of hope? What? Hope? Hope? Don't you know that hope is a cruel thing indeed? When you realize it can't be undone, when you realize you are powerless, when you find yourself nothing but desperate, hope is enough to drive a perfectly good person mad. What? You want to say something, but you can't move your body. You seem to be drifting in the void, everything before you, your eyes so familiar and yet so distant. There are part of your memories floating alongside you like fragments. Like this, you continue to drift with your ceaseless thoughts, watching the familiar woman before you gradually fade away. Teresa? You open your eyes, and before you stretches an endless rocky desert, you see a strange, ugly iron bucket helm. A particular man seems to be looking your way. A peculiar man seems to be looking your way, but you cannot see his expression through that rough bucket helm. Ooh, I think I actually corrected myself on a word. Chat, I did it. I corrected myself on a word. Is that Gaspar or Wildland? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my friend. His name's Cannot. Cannot. Can you talk? You, who are you? Where am I? The friend awakens, little rabbit. Doctor, you feel something tightly embrace your waist. But before experiencing this warm embrace, the cold, hard touch of rocks behind you and the throbbing pain in your head remind you that this is not well. I'm so glad you're awake. I don't know what I would have done if you didn't wake up. Jazz man. There's a shopkeeper in IS. Oh, actually, okay. I was gonna say I thought he looked familiar, but I had no idea. How are you feeling? Does it hurt anywhere? I'm fine. My head just hurts a little. I'm not that frail. Doctor, you should still be careful. You're not in the best shape. Worry not, little rabbit. There's nothing wrong with this doctor, at least not physically. On a spiritual level, however, one cannot say. You were mumbling a great deal in your slumber, but before you complain, I did not listen closely. Who are you? Pardon me for not introducing myself. As you can see, I'm a merchant. You can call me Cannot or Mr. Good Enough, should you prefer that instead. To be honest, friend, that display you put on earlier was simply too exhilarating. It's not every day one sees someone performing orgy anti-marks while flying off a cliff. A most excellent show indeed. Cliff, what were we? There might be a problem with Closure's autopilot system. This should be Colombia's Eastern Wastelands. That is correct, little rabbit. This is the Gaspar Wasteland, and you two are quite fortunate. Fortunate? Yes, quite fortunate indeed. 2 kilometers further south is a poisonous swamp, and your car would have got stuck in that. Good luck getting out. I wonder what the others doing. Where are the others? The other operators split off on their own. I'm sure Blaze is taking good care of them, but we cannot get a hold of them or any other branch offices. What about the communicator? Yeah, what about the communicator? Well, we left it on the bad guy. Not just the communicator. We didn't even have time to pack food or water. Sounds like a desperate situation indeed, friends. But there's always a way if you don't mind. Might as well. I'm quite familiar with this area. I can show you the nearest messenger outpost where, should all go well, you'll be able to contact your friends who attacked us. An excellent question indeed, but the only ones who can answer that are no longer able to speak. The bucket-head man points to the nearby cliff where the unique-looking armed vehicle is emitting a thick black smoke, but by the look of things, it's been wrecked for quite some time now. What's up, Damien? Mercenaries, they've been chasing us ever since we left the city. They're dedicated to their job, dedicated to the point of giving up their own lives. To be frank, Colombian mercenaries range from peerless to useless, and the ones who with the resources to hire such dedicated mercenaries can be counted on one hand. They seem to have taken quite an interest in you, friends. How exactly did you offend those great Mongols? So it was them. I kind of like the way Cannot talks. I also like that his other name is good enough. So, Miss Amiya, are you willing to consider this offer? In Colombia, you'll be hard pressed to find a more suitable partner than Mama John's. Papa John's? Papa John's wife, Mama John? We can provide fairly favorable terms for Rhode Island drug sales. Thank you for your generosity, but we're only here for technical exchange. Rhode Island has no plans for deeper level commercial cooperation. And the orpathy analgesics we brought are still going undergoing trials. There are more of a proof of concept than a finished product. The process of researching and developing orpathy treatments is long and complicated. And in these areas, we still have many opportunities for cooperation in the future. You know what? The fact that she's like, you know, so young, and Amiya's over here making business deals and talking like about cooperation and business to business sales. Are we just gonna ignore that? Oh, Jesus. Amiya's funny. Many opportunities for cooperation in the future. Ha ha ha. Over here communicating business to business marketing. They planned this from the very beginning. Should we contact the police first? Police, friend, you don't seem to understand where you are. Mama John's is the largest firm in Canatuno. Fuck, I forgot how to say it, Chad. Damn it. Hold on. Caronto. Firm in Caronto. Oh, I just break it down. Zach, you're an idiot. Caronto. The chief of police boasts of his connections to the corporate leadership. In order to display his status, I suggest you change your mind. No, what do you mean no? How's it Caronto? How's it not Caronto? The fact that they dared to steal your goods in the urban core means that they're far from that from the beginning. They never thought anything of you. It's my fault. I brought in to talk. Don't blame yourself. Nobody could expect them to do this. No, I'm just as responsible as me. I should have known. Mr. Goody? What is it, Miss Rabbit? You just said you could take us through the wastelands, right? That I did say, Miss Rabbit. How do you plan to do that? Were you a catastrophe? Based on Toronto? Can I just say Toronto? A catastrophe messenger. That is nothing you need to concern yourself over. I piled my trade in the wastelands for many years, and that has given me a knack for avoiding catastrophes. Of course, I do ask for a small guide fee to refine orgenium ingots in this case. Not too much to ask for in a situation like this. We only have Colombian gold certificates and won't be able to pay you until we get in touch with our ship. Is that all right? No problem, my friend. Doctor, what do you think? We could also figure out a way back into the city to meet up with Blaze and the others. The gentleman seems to have made the choice for us, right? That is scarcely the case. We always have many choices at our points in our lives. We always have many choices at any point in our lives, but of course, we tend to pick the best one for the available options. Hope we can have a fruitful relationship in the coming days. Of course, my friend. I trust that this will bring a most enjoyable journey. You forgot that she's a rabbit because of the donkey memes. 5 hours later. As I said, bandits are not the biggest threat in the wastelands. I once knew the most courageous local. Doctor, give me your hand. Phew, we're up. How many hills have we crossed? This is only the second one, Doctor. Oh shit, sounds like me. Let me rest. Sounds like me for real. Aha, Doctor, sit down for a minute. Friend, at your speed, we will be on the road for at least another whole day. The doctor might not be able to maintain such a brisk pace. We can slow down a touch, but can't we go a bit slower? Why can't we go a bit slower? Even as a merchant of the wastelands, there is a limit to the amount of food and water I can carry on me. If we slow down too much, we will inevitably run into a supply shortage. If that's the case, Mr. Cannot. Is there a forest nearby? I've heard of an oasis in the wastes of Eastern Colombia. There is, but what use is it? It's a long hill. Night above the wastelands and a dark mountain pass. A tongue of flame consumes dry branches, and the sound of a wooden spoon tapping against a bowl echoes across the canyon, along with Amia's humming. These vegetables are, as well as the mushrooms here, are pretty much all edible as long as they're cooked through. This kind is slightly toxic, but can still be eaten in an emergency. I should have given you more credit, Miss Rabbit. To be honest, most friends from the nomadic cities have no sense of how to survive in the wilds. Many I know will never once step foot in the wastelands. I see that you have a decent survivalist skill set. Where are you from? Rim Billington? I would not be surprised if you were in fact from Rim Billington. Actually, the doctor taught me all of this a few years ago. Huh? I did. Yes, back then. You know, back when the doctor wasn't bonked. Doctor, are these edible? These vegetables, as well as the mushrooms here, are pretty much all edible as long as they're cooked through. Wow. Those were trying times, harrowing times, but they were also good times. But it's literally, you might as well have just said they were the worst of times, they were the best of times. It seems that something is stirring in the back of your mind, but it gradually blurs out. You try to recall that scene again, but the vague memory is like bubbles that occasionally rise to the water surface, only to disappear just as quickly. Doctor, is it something that happened before then? Ah, it's nothing. It did happen a few years ago, but it doesn't matter if you can't remember. She lowers her head and continues to stir the bowl, but the smile on her face seems somewhat lonelier. Oh, I must also say you've chosen a most prudent location to make camp. Even though we've made a fire, our position is not easy to detect. Who's looking for us? Bandits, bounty hunters, and countless rust hammers. There are no shortage of annoyances in this land. Rusthammer, I've heard the name before. They're a group of vicious murderers. There's a Miranders, right? That description would not be a very rigorous one. Rusthammer is a loose organization and is made up of various smaller groups. For example, there's Fiend's Gang, made up of Sarkaz, and also a group of strange folks who worship catastrophes as gods. I think they're called followers of... Oh, wait. Oh, Archosaura? Or something? Is that not tied to what I just read? Meanders? Oh, it's Miranders. They worship catastrophes. Archosauras. I heard something about a Rusthammer gang and Sargon that call. Okay, yeah. So literally, Rusthammer gang and Sargon that call themselves Archosaura devils. They seem to be searching for an Archosaura war god with massive horns on its head. I don't remember ever seeing anybody that worshiped the catastrophes though. Maybe we didn't get to that part. An operator from Colombia once told me that Rusthammer used to be just a few small scattered groups. Over the past few years though, their numbers have greatly increased, stretching from the mountains of Ursus to the wastelands of Colombia. Our world is not a peaceful one, friend. And the wasteland is no exception. You will encounter all sorts of strange people and strange occurrences, but you will adapt. Here, Doctor, dinner's ready. Thank you, Mia. Very good. What a heartfelt scene of intimacy. Anyway, Mr. Cannot. I am simply jesting. My apologies. Please do not take it seriously. She's just a child, Mr. Cannot. At this rate, you will lose everything. You will be alone with nothing. Is it worth it? Loneliness is a poison that erodes the mind. How much do you think you can withstand? By the time you awaken, there will be no kin at your side. Nobody will recognize your sacrifice, let alone remember it. Is this the future you look forward to? Imagine Amia bullying you. You wake up. A crimson glow spills forth from the distant horizon, and the darkness left onto humanity by the shadow moon gradually ebbs. Shadow moon, like the moon. Frigid winds gnaw at your cheeks as it blows across your face, and the land of Terra once again ushers in a new dawn. Ushers in a new dawn. You are up very early, friend. The morning air is refreshing. Where's the little rabbit? Is she not awake yet? Let her rest a bit longer. What are you doing? Maybe the aroma of breakfast will be more effective. Short-tailed foul beasts don't have much meat, but they can suffice as breakfast. Terra has 2 moons? Oh, so they got hella waves, hella tides. There's a specialty of the Colombian wastelands. Worry not, it's free of charge. A new day comes to Terra, and the situation has not changed as far as I can tell. Nevertheless, good morning, friend. You were talking in your sleep last night. Your mental state has seemed a bit unstable. Do be careful. What did you hear? I am a trustworthy person. I did not go out of my way to listen, let alone remember anything. Plus, you were only mumbling. Couldn't really hear anything clearly. But every night, the little rabbit is very concerned about your sleep talking. Pardon me for being nosy, but after all the chatting we've done in our journey, it is hard not to take certain impressions. Have you lost your memories or something of the sort? Ow, I bit my tongue. I see if that's something, some sort of secret. Let's say I never asked. It is an uncouth question, indeed, and I asked out of simple curiosity. Some things happened to me and I lost some of my memories. Maybe most of them. Occasionally I will recall some of them, just tiny fragments. Well, maybe not occasionally, only a few rare times. Shit. The doctor is me for real, though. In an awkward situation and continuously trying to explain something. Also, I just realized that he has, like, what, an octopus or a squid in his actual thing. And not only that, it looks like it goes through his coat because it's on the outside. If that's part of him or not. Oh, it definitely looks like it's something because actually you can see its head. He's a Resident Evil 4 vendor. Guess that could be part of him. But it looks like I can see its head on the backside. Anyway. Friend, I have a vague idea what's going on. Suppose your memory is a spread out newspaper and now someone has spilled a bucket of paint on it. You can only see bits and pieces of the content through the gaps in the paint, but you can't fully grasp the picture of the content. This seems like a pretty good description of my experiences. I am a stranger to myself. It sounds like something that defies all words, my friend. But I'm no... Is this psychiatrist? Is this psychiatrist? And there's not much help I can do for you. Is psychiatrist the one that helps you with therapy? I guess that's a psychologist. Is this psychologist? Wait, did I say it right the first time? No, I don't know how to say it. No, I forgot. The psychiatrist? Oh, it's a psychiatrist? Chat, I did it. Shit. All right. Little pat on the back. There's nothing much I can do for you. Sometimes I even find myself thinking about the kind of person I was before all this. I don't know who I am. I can only piece together from the words of others. It can be somebody who deals with it. Okay. Well, I thought, well, psychologist, I can't say psychologist. I don't know. Psychologist? Oh, a psychologist. Somebody that studies psychology, not necessarily somebody who does therapy. Okay. That's not important, friend. Do similar jobs, both help with mental health. Psychologist? Oh, so a psychologist though can also be somebody who just studies psychology. They don't have to be necessarily a therapist, right? A psychiatric. A psychiatrist? Okay. All right. Anyway, our existence is often based on how others perceive us. The sum of yourself is but the feedback of authority, visual, and emotion interaction with others. You also get a star from me. Thank you. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter what kind of person you are, but from a social point of view, it should be quite clear what kind of person others need you to be. Do you happen to have anything that can restore memories quick? Do you know any tricks that can help me get my memories back as soon as possible? Do you perhaps know some way of restoring my mentally quickly after I make up my mind? I do, but I can't recommend it. Let me think of how to put this. Our lives are like an elastic belt. If you stretch out one side, the other side will contract. If you want to restore your memories quickly, you have to endure many unmanageable consequences. That quaint head of yours might not withstand such a tussle. Besides, this only applies to most common forms of amnesia. Whether for your own sake or for that of the little bunny who you value so much, I'd recommend just taking things easy. By the way, the little rabbit's up. Doctor, good morning. Morning, Amiya. I'll leave you to it then. I'm going to fetch some firewood. You know, it's going to be nuts. The day that we actually kind of learn like the backstory of the doctor, I feel like that's going to go wild. Amiya stands beside you quietly, watching the sun rising in the distance. The rays of light are slowly melting the cold tones of the wastelands. Every piece of the rocky desert dyed by the gradual rising sun. Perhaps you never set foot upon this land, but in the corner of Terra's vast domain, you once wandered with Amiya. Although I wonder though, what if they never do it? Like, what if they never do the backstory and they just like at the end or whatever, they get you to just kind of accept the doctor as they are now? Like, what if they decide never to do it and they're just like, you know what, let's forget that doctor and we're going to move on and we're going to have this doctor forever. Like, they never hint on like the old memories. You once left your footprints in this sparsely populated world. This should have been your impression, your fragment of your memory, but the truth is, this is the story Kalsa told you. In the cold wind of the early morning, you rack your brain trying to find a tangible thread with your hazy memory. You're talking to me? I know that they talked a little bit about the backstory, but they didn't like dive totally into it. Like, obviously we learned about the sarcophagus and like Teresa and kind of like the like all that stuff, but we don't know like entirely what happened. Remember Priestess though? Well, I know, but like that didn't go totally into everything that happened like with the way the doctor used to be though, was it? Yeah, we know stuff happened, but we don't know exactly what happened. We obviously know the doctor was like going through a bunch of different stuff. We don't know exactly what happened to lead him to that point. I mean, obviously the sarcophagus was like a reset basically for Doctor. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess like obviously they'll probably explore more of it. I was just saying like what if they decided to just leave it at that, I guess. The light of daybreak, the cold wind of the wastelands, you and Amiya. Oh wait, you and Amiya and you can remember, and yet you cannot remember. Amiya takes hold of your hand. Doctor, are you okay? I'm fine. I remember it was around the same time we spent our first night in the wastelands and watched the sun rise over the horizon just like this. You asked me a bunch of weird questions. Aha, of course, all of that happened years ago, but it seems like it was just yesterday. Sorry, Amiya. It's okay, Doctor. As long as you are here, one day things will get better. Well, I know it wasn't supposed to, because like wasn't the sarcophagus just meant to like heal Doctor, basically? It wasn't meant to actually reset him or reset his memories or anything like that. The whole point of it was just to heal him. And as far as we know, the sarcophagus was meant just for the Doctor because Mephisto tried to use it and that didn't work. All right, my uploads are done. Have a good night. I'm gonna tune out. Have a good day and night. Yo, thanks for hanging out, T-Chop, as always, man. Yeah, it was purely designed for the Doctor as far as we know. This is what it seems like, because anybody who's ever used it, only real example I've had is Mephisto, and it didn't work out well for him. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Like we get to choose the dialogue as the new Doctor, but the old Doctor's talking to us. That'd be kind of dope. I mean, maybe it's the fact that Doctor's technically one of like the ancient beings, but instead of being like an animal, he's like just human. I mean, because kind of think about that too, though, like because the ancient beings are basically just animals, like, you know, the duck, the bear, emperor, the high priest, You know, they're all just the animal. They're not like a hybrid. So what if Doctor's like the opposite of that? He's an ancient being, but he's human, just human. You know what I mean? He's just the opposite side of that. So to hit to Terra, that's a weird thing because nobody's just human. You know, so nobody's just human. They're all like mixed, and he's like one of the only like humans. I wouldn't say monkey, ain't got no tail. But see, but the thing is, if he was like some sort of like animal, everybody would have seen it. There's many people who have changed Doctor throughout like the course. You know what I mean? There's people who have changed his clothes at some point and would have seen something, right? Because the Doctor's always been put into like, am I wrong about that? I feel like the Doctor's been put into different clothes with him being like unconscious. So people have seen what he looks like. I mean, we don't know what he looks like, but wouldn't they say something or hint towards something? Or wouldn't he say something about having some sort of like animal part? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So Kalsa would have at least seen something. Yeah, I'm not saying he's like a normal human, but I'm saying what if he's like ancient being and that's the reason why he has all this different stuff? Like he doesn't have he's just like the opposite. Instead of being a full animal with like humanoid mindsets, he's just a human. But wouldn't that make sense though? Because like the ancient ones are always doing like such crazy shit. You know? Literally, we just watched the High Priest and he got blown up like numerous times all the time when he was manning the Big Ugly. You get blown up and then you just run back. So he's obviously somewhat invincible. If not invincible, he's very durable, which would also make sense why Doctor is very durable. I mean, but what if Doctor is also part of a race that was like predated before everything? You know what I mean? Like, what if he was part of like the human race before everything happened? Or has it always been like that on Terra? Has it always been that everybody was mixed? Or was there a time before catastrophes where stuff was happening? Doctor went full Mr. Bean. I haven't read Brawl. The next day. 2:39 p.m. clear. So we haven't seen any dates before catastrophe, so I guess right now. Get stabbed and thrown from ability and it's perfectly fine. I don't know, that's my theory, is that he's an ancient being, but instead of being an animal, he's just like 100% on the humanoid side. Several huge engineering vehicles and armed off-road transports make a circular formation on the rocky barren expanses surrounding several makeshift sheds. The noisy din of generators and the roar of running Orgianian boilers can be heard near and far, intermingled with the loud conversations of travelers and messengers. The messenger outpost, an oasis of civilization before the ecological oasis of the wastelands, your destination. Finally, we arrived safely at the post. We didn't encounter any major difficulties on our journey, nor did a catastrophe befall us. You are quite lucky indeed, friend. The third car from the left is the messenger contact station. Here, you might be able to contact your group there. The messenger rates here are pretty good. But the room over there has the logo of Mama John's on it. Are you sure it's fine? As long as you keep a low profile and don't cause any trouble, there won't be any problems. This is a messenger outpost after all. Even in Colombia, few companies will go out of their way to get on the messenger's bad side. Doctor, wait here for me. I don't stand out as much as you do, so I'll keep my head down to the messenger contact station. Mr. Can I trouble you to stay with the doctor for a while? I'll be right back. Don't worry, little rabbit. I'm good at hiding people from prying eyes. There won't be any problems. ... Relax, friend. Look at those armed vehicles over there. Do you see those anti-armor turrets? Trust me, it's very safe here. Yeah, unless those turrets are looking at us. Here, have a sip. It's a specialty from a local microbrewery. Give it a try. Is this beer? Indeed. I've heard the owner of this microbrewery. Wait, isn't it like impossible for the doctor to get drunk? Oh my God, why does Gatorade make me burp so much? Okay, I've heard the owner of this microbrewery is unexpected. Yes, even among Colombia's pioneers, there are only a few who can accomplish this much. Now is not the time to drink and be merry. Fair enough. Why don't we go relax over there and listen to the news? You know, the very best thing about Colombia is that they provide radio-based stations for all wasteland outposts. You can hear the news on the radio from just about anywhere. Why does this remind me of like, you guys ever play like Fallout 3? This little part where he's just like, yeah, they get radios based on all the wasteland. It just reminds me of wandering around the wasteland in Fallout 3 listening to the old ass tracks. Wait, did I skip something? Oh, okay. Almost all cities have inner city broadcasting, but the decision to cover the wilderness was with base stations is unique in Terra. You should take it all in and treat it like sightseeing. Pip-Boy. The armed conflict that occurred in the northern district of it actually kind of made me start liking that kind of music because I listened to it so much because you don't want to just walk around in silence, so I'd always just walk around and listen to it. The armed conflict that occurred in the northern district of Caronto has gradually subsided. On site, police find evidence of a large-scale crossbow shootout but have not apprehended any suspects. So we're listening to Blaze's stuff. The Caronto. Yo, what's up, Fuzzy? Does this mean a raid? I never know if this is like a raid or what that ever means. Fuzzy Fizz. What's going on? Morning. I always want to say Toronto. I always keep getting it messed up and say Toronto, and then I can't make myself say the other one. There's raids on YouTube. Yeah, you can allow yourself to get raided. Chaotic does it sometimes, but I'm not too familiar with it because normally it doesn't say raid. It just says so and so and their followers are here. So I don't know. But, my chat disappeared. Hello. Toronto then. Caronto. I gotta say it without the T. It messed me up. Caronto. Police announced that one of the parties involved in the conflict has ties to a foreign company, Rhodes Island. Oh, Jesus. The specifics of the organization are known at this time. Was a Huffy before I saw Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, well, not Raid's Shadow Legends. Some source note that the foreign company has certain commercial conflicts with their local firm, but the spokesperson of the local business declined to comment on the matter. The police believe that this may have been a terrorist attack on Caronto, and the specifics of this armed conflict are proceeding further investigation. Doctor, you're back, little rabbit. The people at the messenger contact station didn't come to work until 3 past noon, so we have to wait. That was 3 past noon. 3 o'clock, Amia? The news just now. It sounds like your people have withdrawn successfully, which is a good thing. But Mama John's probably got what it came for. Most regrettable. It's just Toronto, but replace the first T with a K. Toronto? What we doing? We're reading Vigilo. Why did she just say 3 p.m.? We're the victims, but the police are looking for us. The corporate intrigue here reminds me of something like this is a routine operation in Colombia. In Colombia, that bunch moved quickly and wiped their asses in advance. Oh shit, chat. Oh, I had to say the word ass. Doing chapter 9 earlier, am losing sanity. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this, is to get ready for chapter 9. Don't dwell on it, friend. You'll leave this place soon enough. It's too late to manage this problem now, but be more mindful about it next time. But what do they get out of a bunch of semi-finished medicine samples? But that, Mr. Know-It-All, can you tell me why they're so desperate? Very well, it seems that you've made up your mind. Are you familiar with Columbia's business, my friend? How many times have you had to deal with them in the past? Rose Island has had some simple dealings with a few Columbian technology companies. Oh, I'm sure simple dealings are decently good on the surface, but, my friend, the ugly and indecent parts are not often placed on the table for everyone to see. Come then, I will take you someplace so you can see something fun. I don't know if I want to go. It's the IS-2 guy? Talking to me? I ain't no IS-2 guy. Are you talking about Fuzzy? In Detroit though. Next. Hello, I need this month's dose. Sure, let's take a look. Mr. Dave, is it? Ah, yes, I saw your application. You've been a model employee this past month. Here's your monthly medicine ration. Thank you, thank you. Would it be possible to get next month's dose in advance? My wife is in pretty bad shape lately, and I need. Mr. Dave, according to the company regulations, we are unable to provide any medication in advance. Thank you for your understanding. But as you know, we always come prepare. We can always prepare additional medicine for commercial sale, and you can always go next door to purchase more orpathy suppressants. But company regulations, Mr. Dave. Thank you for understanding. Next. What is this place? Hush. This is the Frontier Department of Mama John's. Keep a low profile. They're passing out medicine to the infected. In Columbia, many things operate in a way unlike anywhere else in Terra. For example, consider the Wasteland Pioneers. Pioneers, the lifeblood of Columbia's westward expansion. The writers of Columbia's western wilderness stories. The protagonists of the Columbian Dream. Is this memeing on America? America Dream? This is literally capitalism, right? They sign a contract with Mama John's, and I always want to say Papa John's. Mama John's, and open up and land in the barren wastes, establishing residential areas for Columbia and its companies. Depending on how they work, companies will provide them with medicine and supplies as a sort of wage. Here, take this. The solid and liquid components are packed separately. This is the medicine they dispute. What on earth? This is the medication that they give to the infected. You are the expert here. I doubt you need me to explain. This is not orpathy suppressant. Of course not. You know better than me. This is oh god. This half is a genetic painkiller, and the other half is a nutrient solution. Why? It's not a question of why. Don't you see? They don't need to sell real suppressants. These pioneers, infected from all over the world, have never seen a real orpathy suppressant. Though these things cannot actually suppress orpathy itself, they can relieve the symptoms of the disease. The product of Mama John's works, and works quickly, and that's good enough for them. The concept of suppressant is new to Terra, and naturally they wouldn't know. Damn it, America. Oh, America. All right. Since they make painkillers, they don't need to make real suppressants. Why do they care about our technology then? Ha 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 ha. That story, yeah, so they can make money. Duh. That story would be even more interesting. Did you know before Mama John's became a big name, they were just a donut chain? How could they have mastered? They should have said a pizza chain. That would have been funny. How could they have mastered the technology to produce drugs? All their pharmaceutical production lines are purchased from other companies such as Beach Umbrella, Tower Hill, Biotech, and Rhine Lab. Wow, Rhine Lab. And that they sell painkillers as suppressants and make so much money. Do you think the other pharmaceutical companies will sit on their hands? They've been thoroughly beat down by other companies, but they also have learned a lot. This time they've decided to directly off their partner. Wait, whoa, hold on. This time they decided to directly off their partner, something that is distinctly Colombian. You mean kill him? Would be too close. With your batch of samples in hand, I suspect the landscape of the cheap drugs will soon change. A more infectious drug with a stronger anesthetic will convince more people that this is in fact an orpathy suppressant. How can that be allowed? Rose Island samples are not orpathy suppressants at all. Those samples haven't even been tested for safety yet and might have serious side effects. We haven't. Let me tell you what will happen next. Mama John's will use your technology to make more and more suppressants at lower costs. Of course, those poor pioneers will become the guinea pigs. Will they die? Let me tell you the truth. Even without Mama John's, they will still die. Columbia's frontiers have been bought with the blood of the pioneers. Their life expectancy is not long regardless. For those who remain, those whose life were not claimed while paving the wilderness, are ever more likely to work for them in exchange for those so-called suppressants. This medicine gives some sort of short-term pain relief. Maybe it can even buy them a few extra years. Then the newspapers across Colombia's major cities will publish headline after headline of their great achievements right on the front of the page. Mama John's strides in pharmaceuticals bringing new hope to the infected. Impeccable. As for the truth, it is not at all important compared to the actual effectiveness of the anesthetics. I don't know how to say that. Anesthetics? That's not anesthetics. Of course, you can tell those poor people those drugs that you were taking can't actually cure orpathy, but can best be regarded as expensive painkillers and placebos. Then what? Imagine his stubborn cousin shall not. You keep telling the truth, saying that even the best suppressants by far can't bring back their completely normal lives, and that they'll continue to be accompanied by sickness and pain until they die. On the subject of orpathy, Rose Island indeed stands at the bleeding edge in this world, so you know the truth, but is it a truth they can stomach? And this is Colombia, my friend. Nothing will change, and everything makes sense. People who come to Colombia with hope create value with hope and die with hope. But we can't just sit around and watch them use Rose Island to see. This is very practical. You cannot save them. Nobody can save them. Not to mention, it is difficult to even protect yourselves now. For the infected who harbor hope in their hearts, hope never existed in the first place, and you know this better than I do. It really is the United States, huh? You can contact your people sooner rather than later and find a way to get back. You're right, Mr. Cannot. I don't want to admit it, but facts are facts. Doctor, I know that hope is a cruel thing indeed. When you realize it can't be undone, when you realize you are powerless, when you find yourself nothing but desperate. Hope is enough to drive a perfectly good person mad. People believe what they want to believe, and that makes them feel much better. You look over at Mia. You watch her ears slowly droop, her eyes filled with sadness, then stained with helplessness. The two of you have seen so much, but you both will see more. You both understand all this, and in fact, there is no need for the wasteland merchant to explain it again. The droop. In the distance, along the border between the wastelands and the sky, the sun slowly sinks. Day is about to draw to an end in Terra's wastelands. The light is about to fade, and the twin moons will soon take its place in the sky. The sun will still rise tomorrow, but not every infected will see the coming dawn. Even if there are enough drugs to suppress orpathy in this place, it is too late for so many more. Nothing will change. Nothing will change. What do you mean? You didn't know droop was a word? But Mr. Cannot. Even if hope will continue to bring us pain, I still think it's worth it. If we give up on hope, and what is the meaning of everything we have to endure? Doctor. Oh, quite the rousing speech, friend. You did not convince me, for you will find it hard to do so, but I felt the sincerity of your emotions. I do like how you still refuse to bow to reality despite having seen it. Though, to be honest, you already embarrassed yourselves. Let's put the speech aside for now. I know that you two are very practical people, so I will also pose a very practical question. I'm curious, what will you do next? You've already arrived at the messenger outpost at the border, and you will be leaving this place soon. Do you plan to turn around and head back? What then? To be frank, my friend, unless you have some way of getting your things back from them, you will have a very hard time resolving these matters. Will you charge there single-handedly with gall guns blazing? Should I lend you a burden beast so you can look like a hero of the veil from the indigenous Colombian people's folklore? Oh, I almost forgot. You can't fight. Mr. Cannot, please don't say that about the doctor. No, Amia, he's right. Sometimes we don't necessarily need to use force. We can use our own ways to resolve the problem. I just happen to have some practice. In order to get Rose Island out of here safely, we need to get crafty. From the sound of things, you plan to appeal to reason. I don't know if we can do that. It's the United States. They're not exactly reasonable people. 4 days later, 4:01 p.m. clear. Colombian Detention Center. All right, you can leave now. Thank you. Thank you very much. Doctor. It went well, Mia. Don't do that again. I was worried sick. You played your bag of tricks quite well, my friend. Very clever. I'm glad that the little excursion I took on you was not in vain, nor was me waiting out here for a few days. I really did underestimate you. But I'm a bit scared of you now, my friend. I'll take that as a compliment. It's all right. To be honest, I was a bit scared too when I woke up to a bucket head. I still don't understand what happened. Simply stated, our clever friend here voluntarily surrendered to the Colombian Customs and Border Protection, saying that your company has smuggled a bunch of orpathy-related drugs into Colombia. If you know anything about Colombian laws, you should know that orpathy-related drugs are the most strictly regulated medical products. The company that lobbied to implement this law in the past spent a lot of efforts to monopolize the drug market in Colombia. This is exactly sounds like America. The information provided by our friend here definitely alarmed the Colombian Bureau? I don't know, of Alcohol, Tobacco, Arts Unit, and Orgianium, and they certainly aren't easy to deal with. Per protocol, the Bureau's security forces went there in no time and seized all items in their smuggled product trade. But we have complete contracts and records of our cooperation with them, which should be easy to find. Aha, that's the important part. Miss Rabbit, when they choose to attack you, they had no intention of leaving any footprints. They have destroyed all evidence of this cooperation, and nothing would match up in the investigation. So what kind of situation will prevent a company from leaving behind any evidence of a transaction? What else but shady business? So it was Colombian government that seizes all the samples. According to law, they will destroy these smuggled goods, and then there's nothing after that. Mama John's is pretty much omnipotent around here. But what if the scope extends to cover all of Colombia? Colombian Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Arts Units, and Orgianium. Their name might be a mouthful, but they have some competent people, and they'll be watching closely. I understand now, but even with that being the case, won't Rhode Island have a blackened record? Aha, this is Colombia after all. There's not a company here without. There's not a company out there with a perfectly wiped rear. Pay a fine, sign off the ticket, and it won't be long before people forget about it. Perhaps people might have already stopped caring already. After all, in order to cover their ass, Mama John's might have inadvertently given Rhode Island its best cover. And in case the Bureau really comes for Rhode Island, they won't be the ones in trouble. Of course, your doctor did spend 3 days in the Bureau's detention room, which is its own price. It's hard for me to evaluate this move, Doctor. Dr. Calcett is going to be mad. That she will, but if there's anything I know about her, I'll just tell her I learned it from watching her. Oh, Blaze is here. I wouldn't mouth off like that if I were you. Oh, Blaze, the gang's all here. The well-built feline operator is looking at you with eyes of helplessness. Doctor, you caused a real big uproar this time around. Fines, fees, jail time, and even the Colombian government investigating illegitimate business practices. But I have no clue how you managed to sort it all out. I almost had to call Dr. Calcett myself. How the hell are you going to explain all of this to her when you get back? I have my ways. Beg for mercy. And Doctor, please don't ever take a gamble like this in the future. We could contact the ship and wait for support. Besides, Rhode Island actually has a contingency plan for dealing with situations like this. Okay, first off, I mean, maybe you should have led with that part, that we have contingency plans. At least the trip through the wastelands was fun, wasn't it? Fun, I suppose, just a little. Doctor, don't change the subject. After we get back, you have to tell the whole truth to Dr. Calcett. I'll help you with the report. Thanks. Then I suppose it is time to part ways, my friend. As I said before, our journey together was most enjoyable. Yes, it definitely was. Thank you so much, Mr. Kennott. Thanks for everything. We may meet again someday. I do believe we'll meet again in the near future. Until then, I wish you good health. See you later. Who was that? Gave me the sense that there was something else under that nice front of his. Doctor? That's something I'd like to ask you. Back then you said you needed Mr. Kennott to do a little favor for you. What was it? We are the contingency plan. 3 days ago. Oh, 3:27 p.m. Clear. Somewhere in the wastelands. You're a real crazy one, friend. That's a rather destructive truck you've got there. So, what do you need my help with? Though we don't want to use force, I still want I still want to keep the option open. Okay. I would like your people to protect Mia until she's leaves safely. Maybe your people can ensure that Rhodes Island doesn't come under attack. In case of emergency, I'd like your people to do some cleanup work for me. Oh, hold up. Easy now. What did you mean by my people? Oh my god. Mr. Kenai, I hope you can at least be honest with me now. We've been following the whole time, right? We might just be lucky as you said, but is it really just luck? ... The strange man has gone silent, but you cannot judge his expression under the thick bucket helm. However, you feel that the silence harbors neither anger nor dissatisfaction. Well done, Dr. Zach. I thought my friends did a good job concealing themselves this whole time. I took you for an intelligent but overly sentimental person. You truly are full of surprises. Well then, Dr. Zach, of course I can help you with this little favor, though I believe that with Miss Mia's skills, she won't really need any help. But business is business, and what can you offer me? I'll turn a blind eye to the documents you took from our car. How does that sound? Ha ha ha. Beautifully played, friend. It's a deal. If everything goes well, we'll see you in 3 days. Of course, my friend. I wish you the best of luck. Damn, doctor's always out here just big brain in it. All right, you can come out now. Oh, Jesus, really? Oh, you alone? Is it over? Not quite. The upcoming show should be quite entertaining. That one's extremely dangerous. We shouldn't let him go. We could come up against the Rhodes Island. Why should we help him? Just trust me. The existence of an organization like theirs is good for us. The longer such people live, the more interesting this world will become. Let's go, friends. We have a lot of work to do. Okay. So a lot of work tomorrow. See you, Zach, in chat. Yo, thanks for hanging out, Panda. Mama John herself. Chat, if you haven't smacked the like button, consider doing so. Helps with the content while we're streaming. Also, after we're done streaming, I'll push it as well. Sub to the channel if you're new, chat. More stuff, more Arknights stuff. Look at this Amiya thing that I got. Look at this. Okay. This is cool. Can you even see it? This way. Ah! I almost dropped it. What if I would have broke it? It's with my Exia one. Click the like button. Yeah, acrylic stands. Can't see it because it's a black figure in front of a black shirt. What about now? Which way do I need to go? Where? My brain is broke. Now you can see it. Have I played the levels yet? No, I don't think you can. I think I missed out on that part. Probably best if you shine a light on it. Nah, that's all you get. Damn it. My OBS keeps crashing, chat. Shit. All right. That wasn't that long. That was a whole story, though. I feel like that was a whole damn story, though. Rhodes Island Landship Medical Cabin. Stream lag? Yeah, my OBS crashed. Remove the electrodes? What's the prognosis? My head feels hot and distended. Not good. You'll feel better after a quick rest. Dr. Zach, I've scanned your brain several times over the past month or so, and the results are always the same. There's nothing wrong with your medial temporal lobe, and the neurons and other brain areas are as active as they are in most young people, meaning you don't need to come to medical for these unpleasant tests so often. Then what's wrong with my memory? There's no doubt that you've lost a lot of your memory. Even someone like you wouldn't be able to manipulate the results. Though memories are episodic, chiefly concerning the subjective awareness of your identity, and even more so about all your experiences before you fell asleep in the channel box sarcophagus. In contrast, your procedural memory has recovered extremely quickly. From my reports or Mia's and Doberman's observations, the conclusion is clear. Your ability to command, and as exhibited during the Channelbog incident, is not significantly worse than before. In other words, I'm still useful. To Rhodes Island, you are far more than just useful. Even if you truly lost all your memories and become an arrogant bystander, Mia would not have regretted saving you, and there will always be a place for you at Rhodes Island. In any case, I believe that the skills you possess will play just as key a role as they did in the past. I want to be able to help you. I know. And I've seen how hard you've been working. After leaving Lugman, we've been making our way through the wastelands for some time. The operators need an opportunity to rest, Mia in particular. Likewise, you also need a chance to catch your breath, don't you? I just want some time to adjust. With PRTS to help you, it won't take long for you to adapt to your work at Rhodes Island. However, I don't want you to push yourself either. Rhodes Island is not the only thing that has just emerged from a terrible disaster. You have as well, Dr. Zach. Your physical indicators have more or less returned to normal, but your memory is still damaged and your mental state is unstable. As a patient, overwork can only harm you. You're also a patient? Me, I appreciate your concern. Though I can't say I'm used to orpathy, I can assure you that I'm the last person you should worry about. Sus message from Kami. I see how hard you've been working. Maybe I can reward you. Dr. Zach, in the span of one short month, you've taken over the staffing of several departments on our ship. In addition, I've seen you reviewing past battles together with combat operators to further explore the possibilities of technical optimization. You've even been reading during this entire examination. How do I know how to say the word examination? Jesus, Zach, I'm a dumbass, dude. Examination, dude. Anyway, are you looking at the briefing submitted by the new operator who just reported it a few days ago? Furthermore, I've seen your notes. Those records about even the most trivial of the operators details those flashes of tactical inspiration. Those calculations for determining Rhodes Island's business efficiency, and even those scrawls that I can't make sense of. They're all evidence of your commitment to your duty. Although most of these tasks can be completed with the assistance of PRTS, I think this is your preferred method. Just a way of organizing my thoughts. Data lacks a bit of the human touch. You didn't see me bad-mouthing you, did it? So that was a compliment or a complaint. I would rather take those words as a compliment. All of your abilities are recovering rapidly, not only due to the retention of your procedural, I don't know if that's how you say that, memory, but also due to your extraordinary efforts. Conscious exercise will help your brain return more quickly to your pre-comatose state and may even bring your memory back faster than expected. You want me to recover as quickly as possible. I am your doctor. There's not a doctor out there who does not wish for the quick recovery of their patient. Procedural. That said, if we end up collapsing due to overworking, you'll disrupt Mia's condition as well. I see, you do care about me. These sentiments of yours that occasionally leak through are quite unlike the past you. While this is rather intriguing, if I am the subject of your feelings, let's just say we're no need for that. I told you many times over that assuring your physical and mental well-being has always been one of my duties. So yes, even here, I still care about you, even without a battle. Strange that you talk to me like this. Today's exam is over. As I said, you don't need to report back here at the same time next week. The regular morning and evening check decks will be continued for a while. Lancet 2 will look after you for me. Lancet 2! If we ever find that your physical condition does not support your continued work, you must immediately return to medical. As for now, you may return to your work, Doctor. I want to go talk to Lancet. Oh, shit. What's up? Squirt? I'm gonna call you Squirt from now on. Squirt. Rhodes Island landship all the way outside the bridge. Oh, hey, it's Reed. Reed. Oh, Earth Spirit. Wait, why did I get confused? Reed with Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit, what brings you here? Huh. Anyway, I've updated the geological monitoring report I submitted this morning. You need to make an adjustment so soon. That's unlike you. The numbers changed quickly, made me miss my afternoon nap. Forward the report to your lab. Actually, Reed wears white. I don't even know how I got confused. Forward the report to our team. Well, it's because I've never really used Earth Spirit, so I always get confused. Forward the report to your team leaders. My recommendations are at the bottom. Sure, strong winds warning, is it? That's no problem. The engineering department strengthened the storm shutters 2 days in advance, and logistics notified everyone to stay away from the at-risk deck areas. That's not all. Keep reading. There might be a strong windstorm ahead of our route. A route? Which one do you say? I say, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Route? Should we slow down or make a detour? How dangerous is the windstorm you're talking about here? I don't know. I looked at anomalies in the data and made my best call. All I know for sure is there's more than one cyclone forming ahead, and it's far more intense than anyone would expect. Sounds pretty vague. We set our routine a month ago. It's already been approved. We're looking at a big mess if we change it on the fly. You were in the meeting, right? We chose the route for its super list profile. Over the last decade, caravans from Lugman to Lion have been back and forth over this route dozens of times. Yes, in theory, we've avoided the catastrophe-prone areas, and the probability of encountering danger is low. But you're also not sure. The bosses want us as far away from Ursus and Lugman as soon as possible. Whatever, I just need to make sure you got my warning. Deciding what to do with it is not my job description. That's up to you. What? Lethithing? I don't know. Settle down, Earth Spirit. We got protocols. I'll notify the team leader and we'll discuss. There's no time for that. Lasagna. Doctor, why are you here? Shouldn't you be in your office? I was going onto the bridge. Now that's somewhat coincidence. If you're taking the report, are you going to explain the situation to our team leader in person? The windstorm is right in front of us. You'll notice soon enough. The situation is urgent. I'll let Mia know. What? Is it that serious? Well, that's not good. Doctor, you believe me? I believe in reality. I believe in my operators. Then I'll go to the bridge with you. I'll continue to observe the situation in real time and report to you and Mia. Good, that's the best option. Not going to ask for overtime. This is within the scope of my duties. Why you come out yelling at her? Rose Island Landship Bridge. Earth Spirit's the best slower? What do you mean? What about Suzerain? Warning, the wind speed is increasing rapidly. At these numbers, our visibility is going to fall under 1 kilometer within a few minutes. Did you turn on the assisted driving function for sandstorm mode? We've had it on for a while as part of the itinerary. But Mia, this might not be an ordinary sandstorm. My God. What is it, Pavel? Sensors detecting thunderstorm clouds ahead. Open the PA. Tell the whole ship that Rhodes Island will pass through a thunderstorm shortly and raise the alert level by 1. Central Command personnel, slow us down right now. A doom storm. We're rocking a lot. What's the situation? The pressure on the hull side panels is skyrocketing. 70% of our outermost storm shuttles have been damaged and are basically failing. Also, multiple abnormal heat sources detected near the hull. Emergency altitude approaching critical threshold. Does this mean? Yes, it's a catastrophe. Dr. Zach. How can this be? No time to explain. It's a supercell. All right, I got it. All hands activate code red catastrophe alert. Evacuate all personnel on the first deck, bridge excluded. Gather all non-engineering personnel from the 2nd to 6th levels in central area for safety. Central control, maintain minimum speed cruising. Navigator, how long will this desert thunderstorm last? These sudden onset storms usually pass within an hour or two. It's hard to say for sure. Doctor, Earth Spirit? Earth Spirit, your analysis. Yes, Doctor. Mr. Pavel, the doctor gave you a report that I completed an hour ago. Multiple small cyclones within 2 kilometers. That doesn't bode well. This catastrophe is no ordinary desert thunderstorm. We could be looking at a maximum strength windstorm. Can I borrow one of the sensors on the bridge? Of course. I should have seen it myself. It's all right, Mr. Pavel. This is an extremely abnormal phenomenon and well beyond the scope of normal catastrophe prediction. An experienced catastrophe messenger would have some trouble spotting all the signs in time. If not for the doctor's assistance, I would have treated the outliners as errors and glossed over them. We still have time to move things in the right direction. I'm getting a real bad feeling for this. Doctor, Amia, the small cyclones ahead are converging and intensifying. In other words, the core of the multi-clone vortex is about to generate. Once the core forms, I estimate the cyclone will reach 2 kilometers in diameter and last at least 7 to 8 hours. What happens if Rhodes Island maintains its speed as it approaches the core? If we come into contact with the vortex, the ship's hull may collide with a high-speed active orgenium dust, relatively equivalent to the simultaneous detonation of hundreds of maximum payload orgenium bombs across the bulwark. Oh my god. I'm sure you can guess how that might go for us. Do we have enough time to change course? I can try. The core of the windstorm changes direction very quickly and can reach a maximum speed of nearly 1,000 kilometers per hour. I don't know what that is in normal speed. Then there's no point in us trying. Even if we have a full speed retreat, if we get unlucky with the direction, Rose Island won't escape the storm. Then it's likely the only thing we can do is stay put. Mr. Pavel, give me a potential damage assessment. If we spend 7 hours in a thunderstorm of a similar scale, the first to 6 decks will be damaged. Maybe 15% of those the first deck will take the hardest hits, and casualties are likely. It's insanely fast. What's that, miles per hour? Let's just take Rhodes Island and push it somewhere else. I mean, technically you can, right? It'll be the biggest loss the ship takes in a year, but I don't see any other options. There's a way. Doctor? We don't have to take damage. You don't have to dock for a month for repairs, right? You don't want to dock for a month for repairs. Okay. Yes, if we have to stop in the wastelands, we can cover our threats. We have no other choice since we can't retreat and don't want to stop. What else can we do? Doctor, are you suggesting that we continue straight ahead? That's out of the question. Visibility is too low. Even with assisted driving, I can't navigate. I'm from Sargon. Plunging headfirst into a sandstorm like this is suicide. I understand your concerns, Mr. Kamal. But I trust the doctor. Dr. Zach, are you sure about leading Rose Island through the catastrophe zone? I need Earthspurt to keep calculating the real-time coordinates of the vortex. I need PRTS to help me calculate the energy amplitude of the orgenium on the surface. Good. Please cooperate with the doctor. Calculating a safe route in such a short time sounds like a bad joke. If anyone can do it, it's our doctor. I've heard stories of the battles and all, but operating the land ship is nothing like field command. I don't know about this. Of course I don't know. I don't doubt the doctor's abilities, but I've never heard of this real-time calculation method. It just might work. Earth Spirit, can you make sense of the doctor's formulas? No, but they feel a bit familiar. Right, I heard about a similar formula from some whiz kid a couple of days ago, but the doctor's vision is more complicated and varied. I've given the route to the navigator. Work with the central console staff if you need to change course rapidly. Let's head forward then. I'll help you issue instructions. No, doctor, that would be too inefficient. Rose Island only needs one commander right now. For the moment I saw you appear on the bridge, I trusted the situation would definitely turn around. Attention everyone on the bridge. From now on, I am transferring command of the Rose Island land ship to Dr. Zach. All power to the engines. Dun, dun, dun. Got it, doctor. Message from Closure. The engine is ready and she wishes us good luck. Thanks, Closure. There's nothing wrong with going a little crazy every now and then. If I knew I'd be sailing like this, I would have brought some booze. Rose Island, all ahead full. Weird. Full ahead? I I'm getting a nosebleed from the speed. That's because I elbowed your nose. Sorry, but the whole place is shaking so bad I can't control my limbs. Is a systemic? What the hell is that system? Seismic? Ah, is the seismic damper malfunctioning? Looks like it's not just my imagination. The whole ship's falling apart. Earth Spirit, you haven't taken your eyes off the screen at all. Flow number 2 is continuing to move 30 degrees south. This shaking is messing with my brain. To move 30 degrees southwest or southeast. Clone number 3, clone number 4, or cyclone, I guess. Doctor, hold my hand. I've got you, Amiya. Oh, Jesus, you punched me. Be my ass. Doctor, did I step on your foot? Don't worry about it. You can hold on even tighter. Your ears are making my face feel itchy. Are we shaking less? Oh, hard right now. Aha, I don't even notice that strong wind just now. If it caught us, there's no telling it would have been telling if we would have been able to stabilize the hull at this speed. Did the down burst make contact with the ground? Only 2 minutes until the core of the storm forms. Maintain current trajectory and keep moving forward. Wait, I see the cyclone. There's one on the left and another on the right. We're surrounded. Rose Island is going to collide in just 2 or 3 more minutes. Keep going. It's impossible to avoid them. We don't have enough space to maneuver. Trust me. I'm trying real hard, Doctor. But I don't trust myself so much. Forget it. If Amiya's with you, I'm on board too. Even if I have to tie my hand to my steering handle, I'll push forward. I'll keep pushing forward until the very end. I just regret agreeing to swap ships with that stanky lad, George. Shit. 78.5 meters, 50 meters, 30 meters. Gulps nervously. I've never seen a catastrophe clone up close before. A cyclone before. Doctor. Amiya, are you afraid? You're hurting my hand. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm not afraid. We've been through times like this together before. The closer we might be to despair, the bigger everyone's hopes are, the more incredible the outcome will be. The Doctor, this is what you taught me. Hope comes from the commitment to never give in, even at the bitter end. Yes, Doctor, you once said the exact words. What have you done, my boy? Red alert, red alert. Attention, everyone, prepare for impact. Just like before, we'll get through this crisis together. And we do a 360. Do a barrel. We do a barrel roll. Well, you thought somebody would. You thought you leaked somebody? Is that what? Leaked. Yes, we survived back then. Look, I think my record's looking pretty good. The wind is subsiding and the color of the sky is changing too. Report, Rose Island has left the catastrophe zone. The damage to all deck levels is less than 5% and no one was injured. Damn, we hit it. Thank goodness. My nose hurts. Pavel, do you know you hit my nose again? So what if I did? We're alive, I say. Alive. Fine, but you owe me a drink. Whatever you want, it's on my tab. I almost made a big mistake. Doctor, it's all thanks to you. Absolutely brilliant calculations, Doctor. Doctor, is your command always so thrilling? Haha, I'd like to get another taste of that sometime. Doctor. Oh, hold on. The central control staff now has a new kink. He likes to ride the highs. I'd like to get another taste of that sometime. He's an addict, adrenaline junkie now. Doctor, how in the world did you pull that off? It's like you've got a... What the hell is this word? Horrific arts or something suddenly slowing up on, like, prophecy. Prolific arts or something suddenly showing up on the bridge right before we hit by the catastrophe. To be fair, I was pretty anxious throughout the whole thing. Shouldn't we celebrate? Doctor. Doctor looked up guides. Mia hugs you. Suddenly you realize the hands on your waist are squeezing you even tighter than they were at any point during the storm. Thank you standing by my side. Of course, my young Amiya. Amiya, I protect. Yeah, Lancet's love, not half bad. I did what I had to do. The relationship between the self replication speed of Orgianium and the increase in energy. You apply this knowledge to the calculation of wind catastrophe trajectories. You demonstrated similar abilities in the past, helping your colleagues at the time mitigate losses from catastrophes. Some called you a catastrophe expert, but we both know what you really specialize in. Look, I really don't know. That formula, you still remember it. It jumped right into my head. You created that formula yourself. You've recovered a lot of information about Orgianium and catastrophes over the past month, and you left a lot of calculations in your notes. Perhaps the sudden crisis dredged up the latent memories from deep inside your consciousness, and perhaps you reinvented it using the knowledge you left behind. The fact that you could recall this formula proves that you still retain a basic understanding of the nature of Orgianium. In other words, you've never forgotten your identity as a researcher of Orgianium. I want to continue this line of research. You may see the study of Orgianium as your duty, but know that our actions should never be restricted by duty alone. Dr. Zach, what drives you to pursue the study of Orgianium so feverly? Both you and Amiya have orpathy. The suffering caused by Orgianium scars our world. I want to bring an end to this calamity. Calamity? Calamity? I don't remember how to say that. I once heard an answer to the question. Calamity, that's how you say it. It was very similar to what you said today, but also completely different. The person who uttered those words had an instinctive desire to unravel truths unknown and also worked hard to save lives. But sometimes salvation also meets destruction. This is what the same person told me. Do you still harbor the same answer deep within your brain? Does it count as being there even if I don't remember it? Amiya said your performance on the bridge today was much like that of an actual poet. Prophet? I did my homework. Why are you staring at me like this? Rational part of me wants to believe in science. When the results of your first brain examination came back, I thought I saw some errors in the progress. And so there was a second time, a third time, and even a seventh time. A rational part of me told me that repeating the same numbers 3 times was enough to prove that you weren't lying. Without a shadow of a doubt, you really did lose a lot of your memories. You don't remember what you did to Teresa. And you forgot why you were standing here in the first place. All of this has caused a significant, I don't know how to say that word. Dichotomy between you and the person I once knew. But just like I allowed you to do the seventh test, in this moment, I once again find myself doubting what exactly is standing in front of me. Dio to mom, to me, to my, I don't know shit. Dichotomy. Dichotomy? Well, that kind of makes sense. How many of the past remains and how much of you blooms anew? You're being sentimental again. It felt terrible having to sit through 7 exams. Perhaps I won't deny it. Dealing with you always has a tendency to sway my emotions, but this is also born of extreme rationality. I hope you understand there can be errors in our measurements, and in your case, I can no longer tolerate any errors. There's something I've wanted to ask you for a long time. Setting aside your role as a doctor, do you want me to regain my memories? Situations are rarely black and white, and the same is true of human emotions. I've not concealed my hatred for you in the past, but no matter how much I hate to admit it, there's something else there too. You want me doing everything I could before. Do you miss the person you hate? You're searching for the truth of the past. Without a doubt, I seek that answer. Ideally, I want to hear the truth from your mouth, but I will not give up looking for that truth in other ways. Now it's my turn to ask you, Dr. Zach, do you want your memories back? I don't know, it sounds like I wasn't that good of a person. What happened? Tommy is right in the chat. Zach, you are mean. What do I mean? What did Kami say? Dichotomy? You were kind of a dick. Are you talking about me or are you talking about the doctor? It sounds like I was a pretty emotionless person. Like it feels like I didn't show a lot of emotion based on the glimpses in the past. It seemed like we were just kind of I don't know, just a guy that was just like all about research and didn't care too much about anything. She said die commie when trying to say the word, by the way. I didn't mean that. I guess Doctor and I are pretty similar. Dichotomy is what I meant to say. We were a war machine. I don't know, man. I kind of don't, but your answer doesn't matter. I see your hesitation. Once your memories come back, many of your questions will be answered. However, not every question will satisfy you. You will know where all the emotions pouring into you come from, whether it is from the hatred from me and W, the unconditional trust from Mia, or even further back. Expressed memories, intense emotions will instantly flood your entire brain. Trust me, what you will feel at the time will be far greater than exhaustion. What you should fear even more is when the past finally catches up to you, you must decide. What if those memories are too strong and engulf all the hard work you've put in recently and pulled you back into the abyss that you failed to crawl out of over countless years? Once the current you is defeated, everything you worked so hard to build will collapse and you may no longer be your own. So let me ask you once more. Dr. Zach, are you ready? If luck is on our side, you won't need to answer this question anytime soon. I want to thank you. Over the past month or so, you've shown me some new possibilities, especially today. I learned that you still remember the formula. It turns out you and I are not the only ones preparing for that day. I suspected this long ago that home use life for functions restoration device was not supposed to have the defect of deleting one's memory. In particular, it's impossible to selectively delete the part of the brain most likely involved in decision making, but still retaining the parts most meaningful to you, Dr. Zach. What I think is she entrusted you even more than I could fathom in the past. That being the case, we should continue to work hard. Just as I've seen it said countless times already, I will help you as long as we continue to stand together. Rhodes Island Landship Command Center. Professor, are you here? I can never say her name. Ija? Come in. I'm gonna call her Ija. Professor, they said you wanted to see me. This is for you. It's about my application to become an operator. Oh, it's been approved. That's great news. Everyone said you and Miss Amia would turn me down because of my condition. I convinced her. I see you even went out of your way to get it approved. Thank you. The briefing you submitted this morning helped Rose Island through a crisis. You mean the catastrophe this afternoon. Professor, did you read my analysis? Orgenium vein expansion observations were incredibly accurate. You were able to predict a catastrophe through an increase in orgenium activation on the surface. It was just a hunch. They said the density of orgenium near the surface around here would be very low, but I saw the same situation in a volcano in southern even a small amount of orgenium proliferates rapidly over a brief period when the conditions are right. 2 days ago, after finishing my daily treatment, I was walking around the dorms as usual when I saw the approaching phenomenon from the dust samples on the porthole. In sandy terrain, a sudden burst in orgenium energy will cause the ground temperature to raise rapidly, leading to a significant increase in the possibility of large-scale wind catastrophes. I'm so sorry. I can go on and on about this stuff. Please continue. You've already seen the report, right? Busy as you are, I never expected you to read our random notes. I also read your thesis. Your research is very interesting. I said before, I'm a hard worker, but some folks are thinking I can use arts. I've read your thesis. Professor, are you interested in my research? If you're not too busy, I'd love to stay over and have a nice chat with you again. You're welcome to look around. There are so many books on your desk. Annuals of the Great Yan Classics, A Tower Without a Legend, Columbia Judicial Observation Notes, Conquest and Assimilation. Professor, are these books you normally read? Your interests are so diverse. It's nothing like the bookcase of the other professors I know. I think this one will interest you the most. These are your catastrophe research notes. Just something to read over. Just thoughts I jotted down. Just a rough draft. Bam. Thank you. Thank you so much. I've studied through these thoroughly. If I have any questions, may I come talk to you? As long as I can finish anytime, sure. Young scholar clutches the notes. The notes you handed over her or handed her tightly, lifts her head and looks at you with conviction filled in her eyes. Professor, my life has been a series of wonderful surprises since coming to Rhodes Island. The stability of my orpathy has given me a lot more confidence about my future, and people like you have given me the hope to keep moving forward. If you're working so hard, then what reason do any of us have to give up? The professor. Thank you so much for leading Rhodes Island forward and on into the future. Oh, Ija. Her brain, she's smart. We have, wait. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So are these all just like mini stories? Like mini backstories, basically? Oh, so all like different like shorter stories. Ija. My queen, Ija. Jesus, chat, I've already been in here for 3 hours. Gotta go pee. Hold on, doctor. Hold on, chat, I'll be right back. Almost 1 a.m. I still need to sleep. Yo, thanks for hanging out, Cicero. I'll be right back. Yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. If I was hired by Rhodes Island, which department would I be in? Should probably be a lame ass guard or something. Or I'd be like the janitor. It'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool being like the janitor, clean the windows or whatever. Guards are cool. There's just a lot of them. Sniper or a caster. Oh, I forgot that I should have spent some of my...
Need me to give you a shoulder massage?
Rip.
I'm pretty well known for my PT skills.
I mean, you better leave me the hell alone. Forgot I didn't spend any of my stamina, so I just been sitting on it. you guys haven't already, smack the like button. We're one away from 60. Helps out a ton when pushing the content. Use anniversary token. I don't know if I have it yet. I don't know if I've completed all my dailies yet. Thrust. So what's today? Wednesday? So I have tomorrow. So I'll try to get the Vigilo event done by at least tomorrow, and then we'll do Ideal City, and then maybe on like the second week of Ideal City do Walk in the Dusk into chapter 9. 12F. 12S is chilling, or 12F is chilling with lava. Yeah, well, that's what I said. The second week of Ideal City, we can do Walk in the Dusk, and then move into chapter 9. What? As we start our Arknights exclusive journey, chat. I'm freaked out. A little nervous. Little nervous. I think it'll work out though. Like how I sacrifice Vanilla and Fang. That makes me happy every time that I see that. Sacrifices. Sacrifices must be made.
Doctor, need me to give you a shoulder massage? I'm pretty well known for my PT skills.
Oh, what I need you to do is leave me alone. Hey, do you guys know, do these reset if you don't use them, or do they just stay the same? Does that sentence make sense?
My name is Arknights.
Arknights?
Sniper from Laterano. Although I'm not yet certified to carry a gun, I can match the
Stay the
veterans.
same. Damn it. So I have to come in here every day and do this shit? Sad.
My code name is Beagle. I know I didn't do very well on my assessment, but I'll still do my best.
Why can't I ever get like a top thing, bro? I want to be on top, dude. I want to be good. Please. Please. Oh, so I'll get reset then, huh?
Killing is not an end, but a means.
Need a little roll a lot in recruitment. Damn it.
Doctor, need me to give you a shoulder massage? I'm pretty well known for my PT skills.
Moistma. Wait, is this still gonna be here? Or is it going away? Oh. Delete. Ah, I'm not pulling. It's a standard. Oh. Yeah, I saw it. It's the 20th. Arknights EP feels by low roar is really cool for me. Yeah, the EPs are nuts, bro. A lot of the EPs are really good. I still gotta make my playlist. Back to Vigilo. I don't know. Hold on. I didn't realize at the beginning my stream was gonna take so long because I didn't really plan on doing the postcard thing. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 things left to finish. This one I accidentally clicked on, which is probably why it doesn't say no. And I think these two took roughly. How long do these ones take? Like an hour each? I spent 30 minutes drawing the postcard. I think I spent more than that. I feel like I spent that long time drawing that. So these were probably each like 30 minutes. So I got like 2 hours left. Like 2-ish, 3-ish hours. Second one is short. Which second one? This will be the third. Oh, this one? Probably not. I'm trying to decide if I want to chill where I'm at now and then finish all of them tomorrow, and that'll set us up for a good spot to be for Ideal City, and then we'll be kind of in a good little transition period, because if I finish it all today, then I'm not going to want to start walking the dusk, because I'm not going to be able to finish walking the dusk in a day. Does that make sense? So I kind of want a nice, like, into another event, into another one, like a nice transition. Does that make sense? Plus, I won't draw. I won't make a message in a bottle for an hour. Making a message in a bottle for an hour kind of put me back a bit. Not gonna lie. Are you tired, or can you keep going? It's more of a time thing. I gotta go edit down the announcement stuff that I made at the first beginning of the video. I'm gonna edit that down and put it out, and then I don't know. I'm kind of tired. Normally I'd keep going, but I have to edit. That's gonna take me a minute. And then I want to spend a little bit of time kind of researching ideas that I want for like normal videos. I thought about doing a video because I've noticed a lot of new people are getting in, and I kind of wanted to talk about some of the things that at the beginning, like a lot of people taught me, or like some tips, like 5 tips or something like that a lot of people talked about. I don't want to make that type of video. I mean, I'm not exactly a veteran, but since I'm coming up on my 1 year mark, I think I'm kind of in a nice spot where I'm kind of transitioning into intermediate, and I'm pretty close to still being somewhat new, that I can kind of help somebody who's newer. I've just seen a lot of people who, like on Twitter, been like, oh yeah, I tried it for the first time today. So I might transition to try to maybe make a video about that. So I'm going to research some ideas, and then I'm going to edit down the video about the announcement. And we'll probably round back tomorrow, and I'll finish the rest of this. So if it's like 2 or 3 hours, I'll just pretty much... Oh, God, no. I'm not a veteran player, I don't think. Yeah, well, anyway. So I'll finish these 4. So if it's like 2 or 3 hours, that'll be like the entire stream. And then we'll have a nice transition period to go into Ideal City. That way, we're not in like the middle of an event and we transition. That'd be weird. Okay, it won't be like that, David. I might be like that. I don't know. Picked it up pretty quick. Yeah, I mean, the last couple of months hasn't really even been me. I don't know. It's been more or less just me growing the account and going through the stories than it has been actually learning the game. I don't know. I think that could be pretty useful though, to be able to help out some people or whatever. Get people started. I just noticed a lot of people seem to be coming in for the first time. And I mean, I know there's a lot of people who are like veterans that make guides, but I feel like it's a little hard to do like when you get to a certain status and you've been playing for so long, because it's hard to remember exactly some of the different problems that you went through like very early on, you know, like even such basic like stuff like who to prioritize when building units and like what that kind of looks like, base stuff. It's like a lot of people either have had their accounts for so long that it's like, oh yeah, I can't really remember what it was like when I started, who I built and what I built and why I built it. I don't know. I also thought about doing maybe some tips on like, not necessarily stages, but yeah. Some guys are like, they're talking to another veteran player. I mean, there's definitely a niche for that though, right? I mean, some people are veteran players. I think the hard part about guides is you'd always want to make it kind of like as like simple as you can. You'd always want to make it like as if somebody's never played Cruise before, or if somebody's never played Spot before. Because it kind of sucks when you're watching guides like when you're new or whatever, and they would just be like, okay, we'll copy this cast a crew, and then they don't really talk about like why a particular unit, like, oh, Cruise is important here because she's a, you know, pretty decent damage dealer and you get her for free or whatever. So I feel like that kind of misses the mark a bit. But I don't make them, so I can't really say anything. Don't trust me, Ari. I know the freaking. I used to get people all the time when I didn't have all my operators and stuff. People were like, why aren't you using Silver Ash? Why aren't you using such and such? Why aren't you? I don't have them. Why aren't they M9? Why aren't they, you know, maxed out U2s? Because I don't have them there, dude. So. Yeah, that's another thing, is just talking about, like, you can talk about split boxing as long as you understand like what a defender does. Like, oh, here's what a defender does, here's how you'd split box it, and here's what makes sense. Yeah. Well, mostly the only thing I really wanted to talk about was telling people to kind of prioritize being more diverse. I think that actually helps me out tremendously more. I mean, I know a lot of people always say that you can like kind of be more like just build up so many types of whatever. I guess that makes sense, like all your core archetypes, like caster, defender, you know, whatever. But I've always felt that it helped me out having like diverse teams, or like kind of building people as I go based on like what I need them to do, and having like just a better flow of like 4 and 3 stars, I think helped me out early on, because I could always kind of like transition to somebody if I needed to. And it took a little bit longer, I would say, for my account to build, but I think my account's fuller because of it. You know, like I feel like my account after 1 year is actually pretty diverse, or at least a little bit more fleshed out. A lot of people are E1s, and you know, the only people I really E2'd are people that I use like routinely. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously you get to a point where you can E2 everybody, so at the end of the day it doesn't really matter. But I usually hear advice was like, oh, you just want to like speed run E2 like as many operators as you can, or you want to E1 somebody as quickly as you can, or your core operators. And it's like, yeah, but then you get stuck in a spot where like some of the gimmicks, like maybe you need a pusher or a puller, or maybe you need somebody like a guard or something. You haven't used guards because you're only using defenders and snipers, you know, then eventually get into like weird situations where you don't have somebody built because, you know, there's a gimmick or something that you're trying to do, or make it easier for you to do it. And now you've used all your resources E2ing somebody, and now you don't have any resources. Now you're screwed because you have to go back and grind all of that instead of saving some of the resources for a particular moment. Just split box, bro. So rash. I don't know. Just a thought. I mean, I wouldn't be like a big old guide maker or nothing, but I think if I wanted to do like, you know, quote unquote guides, it would just be kind of like personal recommendations that I've had going through it. More of just a discussion of like what I feel like could be an opportunity to be more efficient. Not the most efficient thing. Like I'm not out here crunching numbers or shit. I don't know. I wouldn't want to make guides because like I was talking to Cookie and he was talking about how he like does a stage like 8 hours to find like the best way to do it with low operator people. That dude's got some dedication, dude. And you have to do that like if you're a guide maker, you pretty much have to do that like day 1 and then day 1 of EX stages, and you have to spend so much time trying to grind it out. It's like that would just be so mentally exhausting. What's up, AK? Yeah, well, I've usually just done it based on like as we go. So like we do different gimmicks and different stuff. I'll build people out. Like Lumen, you know, being able to take status effects away. Suze ran for slow. You know, maybe somebody like Blaze that's a good lane holder. Lapland because she can silence. God, that Gatorade's messing me up. I don't know why. Lapland because she's a good silence. Little Pluma because she's a good AoE and can have self-sustain. I don't know. It's just a lot of things that you could do. I mean, I don't think there's any right way to build anybody or anything. I think everybody's account could do whatever, but I just want to give like some general advice, I guess. Yeah, so some general tips, just something that's not like overwhelming. Like I feel like a lot of the beginner stuff is so overwhelming. It has so much information in it. It's like I honestly think there can be too much information and too too specific information in a video that can be overwhelming. Like if I'm a newbie, if somebody was like, hey, here's 5 things to know, I would personally go into your roster, see who you got, and I would try to make a fleshed out team of 2 of each, you know, archetype for the time being. Get a good feel of the game, see what you're doing, play some of the tutorial stages, play some of the, you know, chapter 0, chapter 1, whatever. Get an idea. You know, don't expect to go into your first event knowing what to do and what to play. I would recommend playing the first event because you get an idea for gimmicks. Based on that, you know, go in there and start building some operators. Personally, I would build 4 stars, 3 stars, and build backwards basically, because a lot of those 3 stars are going to be very, very useful early on. 2 stars. And then I would personally recommend trying to not E1 everybody immediately. You know, just build out operators that look fun, have a little bit of fun for you. And then just build out units that are going to help you out, like a gummy or a gravel. Stuff you get kind of early on for free or very easily. A good medic. And don't worry so much about E2ing and E1ing everybody. Just try to get somebody up to the highest level you can. That makes sense and keep some resources on the back end. So then you can actually level up an operator on emergency. Because you know how many times I've had to go in and like emergency upgrade an operator that I've never used before because there's a niche that I've never done before. And then kind of just explain that and be like, it's obviously pretty easy to go in there and build a couple E2s right off the bats with your 6 stars, but it's always, in my opinion, better to have a more diverse and wider range of units, especially in Arknights, because there's so many different ways to use units. The Oexia module? Yeah, so that would be kind of like my bet. It's kind of let people know that like it's going to take time to build up your units and stuff, but a wider base is usually better in my opinion. You know, and then just maybe talk about like the base or some of the different things. I don't know. I'm not like 100% sure exactly what it would say, but just like very basic beginner stuff. And I think there's a spot for that because everybody's over like so intense. Because like I feel like everybody gets really specific when they do beginner tips, or like having a beginner tips from a veteran is kind of hard because it's like they obviously know exactly what their team looks like and everything, and then it's just like I don't know, it's crazy. I feel like it just gets way detailed real quick, and then you end up leaving the video with like, well, I don't really know where to start. So that's why I wanted to do like 5 general tips, so then somebody's like, oh, okay, I kind of got an idea where to start or what to do, or like these are just the basic things that I need to know. I might even dive into some like basic tips about strategies on how to like break down a stage. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of times where like you probably don't even think about it as a veteran player or as somebody who's played a lot of the game. Like you probably don't even think about it when you click on a stage and you're already breaking it down in your head. You're already like, okay, well, I kind of understand the pathing. I know because I played Arknights. I know where people are probably going to go. Sometimes the pathing's a little weird, but for most time you can kind of like look at a pathing and see like, okay, they're probably going to go this way. They're probably going to do this. So I can get an idea of what that looks like before I even go in, because you don't know, obviously, until you play. But I don't know. I would say that like you look down, like I do it all the time and I don't even realize. You just look at something and you just kind of break it down real quick. You may be wrong, but you know, at least you got a better idea than you did. Oh, these guys are probably going to go down this way. And this guy's probably going to go this way because that's the Arknights way. And these guys are going to go over here. You can't see, but like, for example, like if I'm breaking down this one, I can't even remember how it went, but you know, I imagine just knowing the Arknights way that these guys go straight and go down and these guys go over and go over. Swear to God, OBS. But anyway, if I was breaking down this one and I forgot, like obviously you have some holes and stuff that you can do, but if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to do roadblock stages too. You know, what do you mean? I'm not gonna break down each stage. I'm just talking about like in a general tips video, talking about how you can kind of discern which way people are gonna go and how they're gonna go. So like I would say in this video, or like in this case, you know, tip number 3, breaking down stages or get an idea of how the stage is gonna flow before making your team. So for example, on this one, these guys are probably gonna go this way. These guys are probably gonna go this way. The drones are gonna come out, probably loop around, come through. Okay, so if I knew that, you know, it might make sense to put somebody here and try to camp the drones. Well, what if this person gets hit and there's no way to get a healer over here? So maybe knowing the pathing or whatever, you want to put somebody here facing this way. Now you can eliminate this lane. You can eliminate that, you know, whatever. No tip video on Roblox? But I could, I don't know. I don't use Roblox. Most of the time when I have Roblox available, I just leave it. Like I ignore them. I don't know. It's just a general tip video on like the game in general. Not necessarily stages. Go by efficient and then what's fun. I mean, if you're learning though, like I feel like if you're learning, like personally, I'm not going to try to experiment and try to like have fun until I know the fundamentals of the game. And like to me, a map like this, understanding like the fundamentals, like if they're going to go straight down here, these guys are going to go over here. Well, you know, fundamentally, you always want to put your operators at a choke point. So I'd put like a, you know, probably in my case, I'd put Flametail facing this way, Thorns facing this way. I have 2 people that are easy to kind of like stop, you know, stuff happening. Probably put, well, I mean, maybe I'd go back here. I don't know. Usually I just push it up as far as I can, but then maybe healer facing this way to heal both of them. And then maybe I'd have my archer this way or whatever. I don't know. But the point is, it's gonna not be like super efficient, but who knows? I mean, they're gonna attack both lanes. Oh, I guess if I was actually in the stage, I guess you would face this way. The only reason I said this way is because in this stage, I doubt there's anything that Flametail couldn't handle. Maybe casters, I guess. I don't know. I guess Thorn's also facing this way. He can destroy the drones. Whatever. But anyway. No, I haven't yet. It was just a basic idea. Maybe I shouldn't make that video. Never mind. Never mind. I don't want to make that video no more. I'm just kidding. All right, chat. I'm gonna hop off. I'll be back tomorrow for Vigilo. Oh wait, AK asked that question earlier. I couldn't watch you read Vigilo. We read 2 of them. I still gotta watch 4 of them. We did some fun art at the beginning of the stream. You sample arts or ops as examples in your guides? Yeah, I'd probably use like lower tiers. But I don't even know if I dive into the stage actuality. Like, it's just more of a general tip thing. I don't know if I'd even put anybody there. Right. No, I was just saying, like, on my account, like if I was using my account, that's what I would have done. But I'd probably use like 2 or 3 stars or whatever. And encourage people to read. Read the stages. All right, chat. I'll be back tomorrow for the rest of Vigilo, and then Friday we'll go into doing summonings for Gavial and Posey, and then doing account polls as well. Hopefully that'll round out into actually jumping into some of the stages. We'll kind of see where that goes for Ideal City. So hopefully my stream doesn't crash. I think it's crashing because I'm switching windows. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow for the rest of the Vigilo event. Smack your like button on the way out if you haven't already. Sub to the channel if you guys are new. See you this week for the fun Arknights stuff. Peace out.